What's happening with it? What it do? What it do? Yeah, y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. Man, what's happening with it, y'all? Uh John Kramer in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, definitely happy birthday to my favorite player of all time, Kobe Bean Bryant, for sure. Mr. Mechanical in the building. What's happening? We got John Crane. Let me see. John Q in the building. DJ Black Charm. Let me see. Smooth Groove. What's happening with it? Straight from that old clip. We got my man, Big Country Omega Red. Yeah, Blood and Bone. Gullery Kennels. What's happening with it? Yeah, y'all smash on the like button. Y'all smash the like button. We definitely gonna cook today. Y'all already know we finna cook today. Yeah. The Queen Cassandra Mason is in the building. Yeah. And y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Uh, we got a lot to cook on today for sure. We got a lot to cook on. Dead Game Boxing say Errol legacy depends on Crawford. He has to wait. Nah, he don't. His legacy don't depend on no Terence Crawford. But we gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna get deep into that. You know. Uh, what's happening with it? 817 G Lex Lee Dre Stevens. My man Cali Fire in the building. Yeah. Uh, Devin Haney, man, I actually forgot. Devin Haney and George Kambosos, after all that running around and that they was doing, we, like I said, that we knew that they were going to have to fight George Kambosos. And uh, really, as far as Devin Haney and George Kambosos goes, I'm looking forward to seeing Devin Haney back in the ring, because it looked like Devin Haney get better and better every time we see him in the ring. He's steadily improving. But as far as that fight, I'm not really excited about that fight. I'm more so looking forward to Devin Haney getting that fight over with so we can move on. And I want to talk about that in his energy towards Vasil Lomachenko. I want to talk about that too. It's a lot to talk about. And I heard my man KQKC, he was getting on Demetrius Andrade ass, as he should have been, as he should have been. And I told everybody before, I said Demetrius Andrade, I forgot who I was arguing with. It was somebody that I was going back and forth with. And I was trying to tell him, it might have been Southern T. I can't remember who it was, but I was trying to tell them, ain't no way that Demetrius Andrade is going to fight Janibek. And yeah, we see what it is. I knew he wasn't going to fight no Janibek. He don't want that smoke. And yeah, y'all hit the like button. Cortez Bowles, what's happening with it? Master Khalik, Carlos Williams, Jay Grant Jr., Big Nick 32, Jack Ashford. Jack Ashford. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you some advice. Don't hold your breath waiting on Canelo Alvarez and Demetrius Andrade to fight. That fight had never happened. It don't matter what mandatory, you know what I'm saying? He's never gonna get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. That ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? But I can't remember who I was arguing back and forth with. And they was trying to tell me, oh, nah. Demetrius Andrade, he gonna fight Janibek. I said, man, ain't no way in hell that man fighting Janibek. He ducked him the first time. What made y'all think he wasn't gonna duck him the second time? He already had told him he wasn't gonna fight him. So yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. Y'all give me a second. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that like I said, it don't surprise me that with the Janibek that he ducked Janibek again. Shit, he ducked him the first time. So Demetrius Andrade, he might as well just go ahead and wrap it up. You feel me? He wasn't in a position to be able to turn down no mandatories. He wasn't in a position to do that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Canelo and Errol Spence, or you know, even Terence Crawford. I ain't gonna say Terence Crawford, but somebody of that caliber, right? Even Bud, you know what I'm saying? Somebody of that caliber, they in a position to turn down mandatory. He can't turn down no mandatory. He not in good standards with none of the sanctioning bodies. He not in good standards with none of the promoters. Ain't nobody gonna look out for Demetrius Andrade. So it's another horrible business move that he made. You know what I'm saying? It was another horrible business move that he made. You know, so he couldn't afford to do that. So he pretty much got a chunk the deuce to boxing pretty much. I mean, what he gonna get? And what's happening with it? Knockout. And the Queen Sheena is in the building. Uh Soldier of God, what's happening with it? UK Boxing says only unified / undefeated champs get mandatory status in WBO when moving up. Andrade won't get it. Yeah, Andrade ain't gonna get a motherfucking thing because boxing is what asses can you put in the seats? Who want to watch you fight? You know what I'm saying? What money you bring into the table? Just like Deontay Wilder said, boxing is a full-blown business now. It damn near ain't even no sport no more. How you know boxing is. So they could have a rule book like, oh, in the rules it states if you know in the WBO or in the WBC, if you do such and such, well, then you're gonna have to do. Man, they don't go by the rules. They change the rules in these sanctioning bodies whenever the fuck they want to, according to who you are, according to what fighter it is. The only one that pretty much, you know, stay true to the rules is the IBF. The rest of them, they gonna change up according to who you are. And you know, we see that, we know that. So when Deontay Wilder says that boxing ain't even a sport no more, it's just a business, he right. He pretty much right about all of that, you know. I gotta agree with him. Yes, sir. KG, what's happening with it? Salute to you. And yeah, y'all hit the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button yet, smash on that like button for me one time. DP Rocker, what's happening with it? My man, Upper Echelon Sports, what's happening? I'm gonna have to hit you up too. I've been intending on hitting you up. I gotta hit your line too. Um, Johnny Q said Boo Boo and Bud the same. I can't put Bud in the same motherfucking, I can't even put that nigga in the same book with Boo Boo. They ain't the same. Now, Bud, he be moving funny, but we can't put him in the book with Boo Boo. This y'all don't realize this nigga Boo Boo been a pro since 2008. He been a professional fighter for almost 15 years. And the toughest opponent that he ever fought was Vanez Martirosyan. That's bad, y'all. Like that shit is horrible. It don't get no worse than that. Yeah, that shit don't get no worse than that. Like imagine that. You've been a professional since 2008. It's about to be you've been a professional, let's just say 15 years, and your toughest opponent, your biggest name opponent you ever fought was Vanez Martirosyan. That shit's pitiful. Like that's pitiful right there. Y'all give me a second real quick. And y'all hit the like button. Smash that like button for me. Bruh, Dundada. Bruh, don't nobody need to know how decent of opponent Von Martirosyan was. Von Martirosyan, he ain't shit. He was all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if your best opponent was a C-level opponent and you've been in the game 15 years, yeah, that's a disappointment. What's happening with it, Coach? Coach, what it do? Coach getting ready for that battle. Him and Dwayne Freeman, they finna go head to head on Thursday. I can't wait to see that one. OTB, my brother, what's happening with it? J.A. Dixon in the building. Black Mamba Rail says, Boo Boo my dog, but his business moves are whiskey. I think he meant risky business. I told him this. Man, all that. It's me again. It's me again, guys. Hey, we ain't gonna hear that shit no more. We ain't gonna hear no more. It's me again, because I'm telling you, he ain't gonna get no more fights. He ain't gonna get no more fights. You feel me? Demetrius Andrade, he done, bro. Yeah, Lee Dre Stevenson says that fight was in 2013. You mean to tell me since 2013? That shit crazy. That nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's done. Put a fork in him, he is done. Now, as far and y'all hit the like button, like I said, who Boo Boo ducked? He ducked Janibek for the second time. Not for the first time, for the second time he ducked him. That motherfucker been running from Janibek like goddamn like he Carl Lewis or something. Unknown, known. Bruh, if you don't know boxing like that, bro, I mean, you know, just stick around. We'll school you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with being a casual. But I ain't gonna lie. If I was Demetrius Andrade and I seen all of that motherfucking back acne that Janibek had, I might have would have ducked him too. Cause that motherfucker on steroids for sure. You feel me? I might have would have ducked Janibek too, cause the motherfucker on steroids, and that's a for damn show. Bro, don't come in here talking about Demetrius Andrade want to fight Charlos and Canelo. First of all, the Charlos, he ain't fighting no Charlos because there's only one Charlo that's near his weight division, right? So in Jamal Charlo and him, they should have been fought. We didn't already talked about that. Then Jamal Charlo don't want to fight him. He ain't doing the right business to be able to fight Jamal Charlo. Just both of them fucked up. Him and Jamal Charlo fucked up. I don't even know where you put Canelo name in it, because ain't no way in hell he getting the Canelo fight. So I mean, he know that. Everybody else know that, and you should know that. That ain't even relevant to even be talking about no more, because he not getting the Canelo fight. And really, to tell you the fucking truth, if my best opponent in my whole entire career is Von Martirosyan, and that shit was back in 2013. If I'm Canelo Alvarez, I'm not paying you no goddamn no attention neither. Real talk. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm making 50 million a fight, and I'm finna pay attention to goddamn Demetrius Andrade? That still ain't had a step up fight in his whole fucking 15-year career. This motherfucker been fighting 15 years and ain't had a step up fight yet. This nigga ain't had a step up fight yet. That shit crazy. You said everybody hate Boo Boo. Boo Boo got the name though. What name? What name does Boo Boo got? I'm just saying, what name does he got? In what city or state or venue can you go to and say Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade and people gonna know who he is? He don't have no name. Now, is he a good fighter? I thought he was a good fighter. Like, to me, when Demetrius Andrade was in at his best, I picked him to beat both Charlos, Canelo Alvarez, and whoever else. Like, to me, Boo Boo Andrade, when he was at his best, like when I say when he was at 154, I thought that he was probably the best 154 pounder out there. Like, real talk. But we talking about shit, like we talking about shit 8, 9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That nigga been he been nobody been thinking about him since then. And he made fucked up business decisions. Yeah, Dundada, Zach Parker would have been his step up opponent. And that's the truth. And that sounds bad. Upper Echelon says his name ain't Boo Boo. He said it's ain't shit. Cause ain't shit record ain't shit. He said ain't shit record ain't shit. Marketing ain't shit. Drive ain't shit. Oh man, my man Upper Echelon says his name ain't Boo Boo, it's ain't shit. Cause his record ain't shit, his marketing ain't shit, and his drive ain't shit. Like I said, man, to me, at his when he was at his best, to me at 154, he was a hell of a fighter, but he just never got in the ring. He never did his business, dotted his I's and crossed his T's like he was supposed to get the correct business done to show how good he really was. So he fought motherfucking bums his whole career. That's what he did. Yeah, Dundada, me too. When he was at 154, I thought he was the best 154 pounder in the world. I did. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was the best 154 pounder in the world when he was at 154. But like I said, that's been so fucking long ago. You feel me? That's been so long ago. Yeah, actually, y'all, I'm gonna have call-in shows starting tomorrow. Yeah. Oh yeah. The call-in show starting tomorrow. I will be having call-in show starting tomorrow, so everybody can call in and voice their opinion. Now I'm gonna have it to where you got a 2-minute time limit. So so everybody can get in and get their shit off. But it's a 2-minute time limit and to the next caller. Now you could call multiple times, but it's a 2-minute. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing the call-in show. I'm gonna have the equipment for the call-in show so everybody can hear the callers clearly. Yeah. 817 said he wasn't the best American in the world when he was at 154. He ain't never been the best American boxer at any time. That's all somebody's opinion, 817. That's your opinion. Like I said, my opinion is he probably was the best 154 pounder when they was all in the division. To me, he was better than both Charlos. To me, like I said, at that point in time at 154. I thought that he was better than both Charlos. I thought that he was better than Canelo. I thought he was better than like somebody like Cotto. I'm not gonna put Floyd at 154 at that time. So yeah, I think he was the best, or he was absolutely one of the best, if not the best. But it's all opinion because we never got to see him fight nobody. We got to see Jamal Charlo fight Austin Trout. Um, we got to see Jamal Charlo fight what's his name, Julian J. Rock Williams, but that shit didn't really age well. Like, that's what Jamal Charlo get all of his credit from, right? He get all his credit from being beating Julian J. Rock Williams at 154 pounds, right? Knocking him out. But that fight didn't age well because when you go on to look at J. Rock's career, he really didn't do nothing else in his whole entire career except for beat Jared Hurd. Other than that, J Rock didn't do, like, he wasn't really that dude like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about Jamal Charlo, how good was Jamal Charlo really? Because the best people he ever beat in his career was J Rock, and that shit didn't age well. J Rock didn't turn out to be that good. And Derevyanchenko, an older Derevyanchenko at 160 that had already been beaten by Triple G and Brian Castano and Daniel Jacobs. You feel me? He already had been beat, took 3 L's. So I mean, yeah, that shit, that just shows you how boxing is. You got all of these, you know, so-called names, and ain't none of these motherfuckers fought each other. That shit crazy. Jamel, yeah, upper echelon. Jamel is better now, but Boo Boo, yeah, was boogeyman. He said Jamel is better now, but Demetrius was the boogeyman, but Jamel grew into it. Yeah, right. Demetrius Andrade back then, he was that dude that everybody was scared to fight. Jamel was a guy that people kind of looked past, and he the one that grew into, like, this crazy how it turned out because Jamal Charlo, he turned out to, you know, not be nothing but a motherfucker that run his mouth a lot. Demetrius Andrade turned out to be a motherfucker that run his mouth a lot and still ain't fought nobody. And then Jamel Charlo, the one that people was looking at and didn't even think he was gonna be that good. Like, nobody was high on Jamel Charlo, and he's the one that had the work ethic and turned out to be better than all of them. It's crazy how shit turned out. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. Smash on my like button. This weekend, right? It's a fight I didn't get to talk about. I want to touch on real quick before I get into the main topics, right? I want to touch on the fight between Philip Hrgovic and Yang or Zhang or whatever, the Chinese Bang, the Big Bang. If y'all didn't watch that fight, y'all need to watch that motherfucking fight. Now, I gotta say that I was wrong about Philip Hrgovic just like I was about Daniel Dubois. Because probably 3-4 years ago, I told everybody that the 2 heavyweights that everybody need to watch out for is Daniel Dubois and Philip Hrgovic. Now, we already know that I was wrong about Daniel Dubois because you could beat that motherfucker with a jab. Then I was like, okay, Philip Hrgovic, you know, not excluding Big Baby Jared Anderson, but this is before Big Baby Jared Anderson, right? I was telling everybody, hey, Philip Hrgovic, that motherfucker a beast. That Czechoslovakian white dude or whatever the fuck he is, like, he could go. He's a motherfucking beast. I think that he gonna be a problem in the heavyweight division. But he finally had his step up fight with the Big Bang, the Chinese fighter. And I never was high on the Big Bang. I thought he was just a big, slow motherfucker with power that wasn't that good at all. You know, that was going to get his ass knocked out as soon as he stepped in there with somebody that was good. But I was wrong. I was wrong. And that fight between the Chinese Bang and Philip Hrgovic, that was a hell of a fight. Philip Hrgovic, he came out strong, you know, with the combination. But I'm going to tell you something about the Chinese Bang. That big head motherfucking Chinese dude, he got some goddamn metal in his head or something. You cannot hurt him. You can't hurt him. He was walking straight through Philip Hergovich punches and coming. And every time he hit you, that motherfucker hit hard. He could crack. He hit Philip Hergovich so hard, Philip Hergovich turned around and started screaming, "Mummy." You know when you beating the motherfucker up, you kids and shit, you get to beating on the other kid, and he turn around and he get to, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." He get to calling his mommy and shit. Talking about Philip Hergovich called for his mommy. The motherfucker turned around and called for his mommy in the middle of the fight. That's how hard the Big Bang hit that motherfucker. Then later on in the fight, he tried to call timeout in the middle of the ring. You know when you whooping the motherfucker and they like, nah, timeout, hold up, timeout. He tried to call timeout in the middle of the ring. If y'all seen that fight, y'all know what I'm talking about. Philip Hergovich got hit so motherfucking hard, he tried to call timeout. And the Big Bang let him off the hook over and over again in that fight. Like it, I don't even know how he let Philip Hergovich survive that fight. And that's what made him lose the fight. That's what made him lose the fight. Because the Big Bang did not jump on Hergovich every time he had him hurt. He let him off the hook because I think that his stamina wasn't all the way there. He was getting tired. And it's crazy, but he should have won that fight. Ain't no way that Philip Hergovich should have been able to walk out of that ring on his 2 feet. That fight should have been done with. Philip Hergovich wanted to quit. In the middle of the rounds, he was dropping his hands, walking off with his head down, like he was having a nervous breakdown in the middle of the fight. Y'all got to go see that fight if y'all didn't see that fight. And I'm looking at the fight like, how the hell is this Chinese dude letting this dude do that right in front of him? Like he was having a nervous breakdown like Oliver McCall. If y'all know about when Oliver McCall fought Lennox Lewis and had that motherfucking nervous breakdown, y'all know what I'm talking about. But Philip Hergovich was having nervous breakdowns like Oliver McCall right in the middle of the ring, and the Big Bang was letting him get away with it. Ain't no way Philip Hergovich should have been able to win that fight. Yeah, so Philip Hergovich, he ain't what I thought he was. He got some skills, but he's slow. He don't know how to throw an uppercut. One thing I noticed is Philip Hergovich does not know how to throw an uppercut. He don't have no uppercut in his arsenal at all. One thing I noticed, if he had an uppercut in his arsenal, he probably would have knocked out Zhang. He probably would have been able to knock out Zhang because he was wide open for the uppercut all night. But Philip Hergovich, he didn't know how to throw an uppercut. He just didn't have it in his punch arsenal. So, but yeah, Hergovich ain't what I thought he was. He don't have the mental. If he get hurt, he's gonna tap out. He wants to quit. And like I said, he's another great white hype. That's basically what he is. And I'm the one that hyped him up so I can say that shit. He's another great white hype. I thought he was that dude. Now, as far as Zhang, I didn't think he was shit. And Zhang proved to me that if he gets his conditioning all the way right, that motherfucker's gonna be dangerous because he hit like a fucking brick. Like it feel like a brick when he hit you, you could tell. Like Zhang hit hard in the motherfucker. His big ass fucking head is hard as shit. Like he got steel plates all throughout his goddamn forehead because he don't feel nothing. And on top of that, he's big as fuck. He heavy. He's strong in the motherfucker. And like I said, all he needs to do is get his stamina together. He need to get his conditioning all the way down so he could, be able to last all the way to 12 rounds. Other than that, yeah, he's dangerous. That big ass Chinese dude is dangerous. Now I see why he be talking about some Chinese power. Chinese power. Yeah, he almost 39, but shit, you can't tell. That big cyborg head motherfucker can take some punishment. Chinese power. Yeah. But yeah, and y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. Carlo Loco, what's happening with it? Salute. My brother, Money Brown TV in the building. I'm making money. I'm making money his own cape. So I want everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? We gonna meet up and we all gonna sign Money Brown's cape. You know what I'm saying? I'm making money a cape, and we all gotta put our names on his cape. We all gotta sign the cape for Money Brown. And I want Omega Red, you know what I'm saying? Omega Red, I want him to sign his name on the cape bigger than everybody else's, because he the next nigga to get a cape. Oh shit. Yes, sir. Y'all smash the like button. Make sure that y'all go sub to Money Brown TV. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all go sub to, because we're gonna present him his cape live on Money Brown TV. We're gonna present him his cape live on Money Brown TV. Omega Red, he gonna sign it. He gonna sign the cape live. He's an honorary member. He need a cape himself down damn there. Oh shit. Hey, Money said he need a blue with the gold trimming. We got you, Money. The blue cape with the gold trimming around it, right? You know what I'm saying, man? That cape gonna fit you good. Hey, let me see. Yeah, but this nigga, my man 817, he having a whole goddamn conversation in the chat. My man, Dr. Mark Stearns, what's happening with it? Salute, salute, OG. Man, Dr. Mark Stearns, man, hell of a content you putting out. And yeah, man. I want to know if you got a date with that, with with the young lady that you gave some, some good words to at the cafe. I want to know if you end up getting a date with her though. Or did she end up calling you? But yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm gonna drop some links, right? Cause I want to cook on Devin Haney real quick, and then after I cook on Devin Haney, I want to get into this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford situation. So I'm gonna get some links sent out. I'm gonna cook on this Devin Haney, and then I'm gonna cook on this Terence Crawford and Errol Spence situation and Keith Thurman. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 So Devin Haney, man, Devin Haney. I wanna cook on it. So I'm looking at I'm listening to the press conference with Devin Haney and George Kambosos. And like I said, I'm not too high on that fight because we already seen Devin Haney beat the hell out of George Kambosos with a jab for 12 rounds. So to me, it ain't really nothing left I need to see. You know what I'm saying? We already know that Devin Haney is levels above George Kambosos, but that's the fight that he got to fight. That's the fight that he contract. That's the fight that he agreed to, and that's just what it is. Now, we all been hearing Devin Haney, he was calling out Vasil Lomachenko heavy, like talking about why Vasil Lomachenko got to take a tune up. They could fight now, this, and that. When it was all bullshit because, like I said, if you know, you know. Common sense lets you know that he was gonna have to fight he was gonna have to fight George Kambosos. He wasn't gonna be able to put all his titles on the line versus Vasil Lomachenko. And like I told before, people need to stop saying that, oh man, George Kambosos can step aside. You can't talk for George Kambosos. He wasn't about to step aside for nothing. He wasn't about to step aside and turn down that big ass payday and watch Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight. But and I did send out I sent out I sent them out already. I've been sent them out. Hold on, let me check real quick. Hold on. I already sent out the hold on. All right, there it is. Okay, yeah, I sent it out. Now, what I'm saying, right, is that George Kambosos wouldn't finna step aside and watch Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight each other. Devin Haney knew that. Bill Haney knew that. Motherfucking everybody over there at Top Rank knew that. That's just what it was. He was gonna have to fight George Kambosos for the second time where it was in the contract, right? So now after Devin Haney was doing all that calling out of Vasil Lomachenko, that's the fight I want to see. That's the fight that I really want to see that fight. After he get his business done and Vasil Lomachenko come back and get his warm up fight. Now, now, yesterday, I'm listening to the press conference and they like, yeah, they hyping up the Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight right there. Like, yeah, that's the fight that's gonna be next for Devin Haney, Vasil Lomachenko. But Devin Haney tune kind of changed a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he just struggling making the weight. Maybe he having a very hard time making the weight. But it changed a little bit because he went to talking about some, well, you know, well, I have to, that's all up to my dad. I have to talk to my dad and I'll see with my dad, if how he feels about me, making the weight. If he feels that I'm making the weight easy and I could go ahead and, continue to fight at 135, I would like a Vasil Lomachenko fight. But if not, if my dad don't see, me staying at 135 is good, I'll move up. And so that shit kind of had me a little confused because I thought that you was screaming for a Vasil Lomachenko fight the whole time. Now he's talking about like it all depends on what Bill say and if Bill recommend him to move up or not. I don't know. I mean, money. What you think about that?
Yeah, I already knew, bro. Like, I'm not saying that he won't fight him, but like I already knew that George Buff shit was put in play, and now they contemplating, right? Do they want to stay at 35 now? Because like I say, they've been talking about moving up. I'm not gonna like just discredit that, but it just comes down to the point to, okay, y'all know y'all got business, and like, oh, why do Lomachenko gotta have a tune up? Like y'all can't control Lomachenko career. Like why do they get off on thinking they can control people careers, bro? Like they can force people into the ring with them, or they should have the power to do what they want to happen. It don't work like that, bro. Handle y'all obligations, and like you said, if y'all really want Lomachenko say he will fight y'all ass next after he finished this tune-up. Right? He want to come back, get his feet wet. Some people feel like they need a tune-up to get their rhythm back. Everybody don't want to come back and go straight into a big time fight. And respectfully, that's their right. You know what I'm saying? That's their right. It's not like Lomachenko ducking shit like everybody trying to make it out to be. So if y'all really want the Lomachenko fight, then you go handle your business against George Kambosos. And when Lomachenko handle his business against the dude, Jermaine, whatever the fuck his name is, then y'all get in that ring and y'all get it on. If y'all really want the Lomachenko fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know how they want to feel, some type of empowerment to where they did what they had to do to become undisputed, right? And they want the respect that they feel like they deserve because they still feel like they're not getting the respect they deserve. I understand the feeling, right? When you go make a sacrifice, a big ass sacrifice that they made, but that sacrifice still ain't done yet because y'all still got one more fight to fight. And like you said, Key, you can't speak for no George Kambosos. Why would George Kambosos take step aside money to get less money than him just going into the ring and fighting his goddamn self? Win, lose, or draw, make a few more millions. Even if I get my ass kicked, it's worth the ass whooping. Then me stepping to the side against some motherfucker probably 25% of what I would have made, and then the motherfucker lose, and I still don't get an opportunity at the titles, or y'all still drop the titles, and I'm fighting for one title instead of fighting for undisputed back in my hometown making money. So at the end of the day, bro, with him saying he got to talk to his papa, right? You the fighter. You know if you're making the weight easy or not. What you mean? Oh, I gotta talk to my dad. If he say I'm making the weight easy, your daddy don't feel what you feel when your ass losing the weight, or you can't eat, or you gotta drink water, or you taking a you know what I'm saying, a break away from sex and all that shit. Your daddy don't feel that shit. You feel it. So you know if you're making the weight easy or not. You know, okay, I still feel the same that I felt when I've been making 135. Or man, it's killing me, dad. Like I can't, shit, it's getting a little harder and a little harder. You know what I'm saying? So you the one, you the fighter. Right? Your daddy can make the decision up on the business for us who you fight, but you know if your ass can make 135 or not. You know what I'm saying? So is y'all just trying to catch Loma coming back, not you know what I'm saying, trying to just catch him on a downslide? Like, because I keep it real, Key. I don't think Usyk was 120% against fucking Joshua. And I don't think Lomachenko gonna be 120% coming back, you know what I'm saying? Because of the mentality wise, when you feel like you need to tune up to get back in it, then I just go for what they do. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like you need to tune up, so you feel like he's not all the way there yet. So is y'all trying to catch Loma because y'all feel like he's coming back from the war and he's a little vulnerable or something like that? Right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it, but it is that the case. Or that he don't need a tune up. You can't tell that man what the fuck he need. If he tell me what I'm gonna do, I'm coming back. This is my chessboard. I'm gonna make my moves on my chessboard how I want it. You're not gonna control my chessboard. So at the end of the day, if they want to fight with Lomachenko, Key, Loma is right there, like you said. After this fight, I'm willing to fight Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, if you really want Lomachenko, somebody that bad, because you need a name other than George Kambosos, and Lomachenko is right there, then it's up to you. You the fucking fighter, not your daddy. So we'll see how serious they is with everybody running around this motherfucker tomorrow. Everybody ducking Devin Haney.
And before I give it to Devin, before I give it to Knockout, right? My whole thing, bro, is why are you worried about what he's doing when you have to fight George Kambosos anyway? Stop pretending like that. Motherfucking George Kambosos was gonna step aside and let you and Vasil Lomachenko fight for undisputed. That's some of the stupidest shit I ever heard. Like he wasn't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people running around. Oh man, George Kambosos was gonna be willing to. How can you speak for that man? Like how you gonna speak for that man? That's
Mm-hmm.
like me telling everybody, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Knockout man, he gonna be willing to come on. I'm doing the show tonight at 12 a.m. and Knockout, yeah, he gonna come on the show. And I ain't talked to Knockout. Knockout ain't told me he finna do shit, but I'm just assuming that he gonna be willing to come on the show at 12 a.m. in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop with the bullshit. And I kind of see what Knockout was saying. Like I said, I still fuck with Devin Haney the long way. He's still one of my favorite fighters. You know, I fuck with Bill. But like I said, I'm gonna call it like it is, bro. I'm gonna call it like it is. Now I see some of the shit that Knockout was saying before. It's like every time he got a fight, it's always something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just that, okay, we fight this opponent, this is the opponent that we fight, and that's what it is. It's always some other, extra shit to it.
And let me add this, Key, because it come down to the point, and what's going on, my bro? Knock. It come down to the point to where he look at it as right. The fight ain't that. People not lusting for Devin Haney, George Kambosos too, right? So what's the best way to make it look like, oh, it's okay for you to go fight George, even though you signed a rematch clause and you know you had to fight him any motherfucking way. But what's the best way to make the go back into a rematch against George Kambosos, right? Is to make it look like, oh well, I tried to fight Lomachenko, they ducked me, or I tried to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, they ducked me. So when Bill kept saying that shit, well, yeah, George Kambosos is the only one stepping up to the plate for opportunity at undisputed. He's the only one stepping up. It ain't that he's the only one stepping up. You're obligated to fight that man. He's already in position. But you can make it sound like that, so you can make everybody like they ducking you. So now you try to add a little flame to your fight with George Kambosos, and people be like, well, we're gonna watch Dev, and he ain't had no choice because they ducking him, so he gotta fight him. No, he obligated already. Or people keep talking about they goddamn contract. He can do this and do that. He can't do none of that shit without the approval of George Kambosos, and George wasn't never stepping to the side, period.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my bro Keith, everything boxing, Money Brown, my other brother, man, and the brother that just joined the panel. I see your picture, but I don't see who you are. But salute to you as well, bro.
What's going down, Knock? What's going
Oh,
down, Knock?
that's upper echelon.
Upper echelon, what up? And coach, I see you just came in the building. Look, bro, like,
What's up, bro?
I ain't gonna be too long because a lot of what I got to say is gonna sound like some shit I've been saying for months now. So it is what it is, bro. This was always what they had to do, bro. Like, when you really look at it objectively, and it just is what it is. Like, the only options with this, bro, you either pay Kambosos step aside money, or you drop all your belts. Those are bad options because ain't no promoter worth his weight in gold gonna be paying a fighter step aside money when you know your fighter gonna beat his ass. You just watch your fighter. If you Bob Arum and you Top Rank, you just watch Devin Haney 12 zip this dude, bro. You just watch him 12 zip him, and he enacted his rematch clause. Why would you pay Kambosos money to step aside so Devin Haney can do something else when you know Devin Haney will win that fight anyway? No, you go ahead and let them fight so you can at least try to make some money back from the fucking purses. That's point one. Point two about Devin Haney dropping all these belts, bro. That's his only leverage. That's the only reason that Lomachenko is coming back around and like, yeah, I'll fight you. Like, yeah, because he gave Loma no choice, bro. He gave Bob Arum no choice. They got to make that fight because that's the only way to the belts. If he dropped them hoes, if he drop all them belts, not only is he open to some litigation from Kambosos, because Kambosos could say, man, y'all told me I could fight for all the belts. Now you drop them hoes and I can't fight for all them hoes no more. Like, somebody liable for this shit because y'all told me I'd get my shot. So not only do you open yourself up for that shit, but you also open yourself up to where now Lomachenko can just be like, ha, I'm the king again. Let me go ahead and fight for this vacant WBO and let the WBC throw in that vacant WBC. I'm unified champion again. And I didn't even have to fight Devin Haney to do it. So you lose your leverage and you give them an opportunity to skirt around you yet again, bro. So that's why this fight was always going to happen. And I just find it crazy. People ain't calling out shit how it should be. Remember when Michael Benson said, hey, Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 2, October 15th, done deal. Devin Haney quoted that tweet, said all caps, all cap. I ain't heard nothing or signed nothing yet. The shit all over BoxRec. All cap. Nope, Devin ain't signed nothing. He got options. Devin got flexibility. That's what they told me. Now what we doing? Is people coming back and saying that they was wrong, or we just gonna act like we ain't say the shit like that? Is that what we doing? Cause I ain't got no problem admitting when I'm wrong. I'm just wondering who's gonna be willing to do the same today. And then the last thing I say about this whole situation, bro, is quit blaming Lomachenko.
I got you 817. I ain't see you. My bad. I got you 817.
Quit blaming Lomachenko for Devin Haney having to honor his rematch clause. Like, the narratives are just crazy. Y'all, man, the only reason that Devin is fighting Kambosos is because Lomachenko came back and wanted a tune-up. No, bro. Lomachenko coming back getting a tune-up ain't got nothing to do with Kambosos having a goddamn rematch clause, bro. Like, this shit be crazy, bro. The length that some will go through to just big up Devin Haney, bro. We can just accept that, yes, he wants all the smoke. We can just accept that, yes, he is the undisputed champion of 135 pounds and he is the man. But why we got to try to put all this extra sauce on top of the shit, bro? Why we got to go over and beyond to big up him when he don't even need that shit? He already doing what he supposed to do, bro. So, you know, it is what it is, bro. I knew this shit was coming. A lot of other people knew that this is the route that they had to go, and they had no choice. But now that it's come to fruition, all the people that were saying differently, I just want to hear what they had to say about the topic today, bro. And that's all I got, man.
Good shit,
Yes,
Doc.
sir. Upper echelon, it's on you.
Well, I said like this, like when Bill Haney was up here, we asked him like, you can damn make a change, send the contracts out. You keep saying you can do this and do that, and was trying to throw Tank name in the mud, but I'm not about to get in that because Tank threw himself in the mud. But what I'm saying is, they knew this fight was gonna have to happen. Period, like the brothers already said, and you already getting the low end of the stick in the fight, so Kambosos got guaranteed percentage, so he might not make as much as he's gonna make the first fight because he's getting it on a percentage wise. But you knew you was gonna have to fight him, and you know if you wanted to get that Lomachenko fight, you still was gonna have to fight him. And now they trying to make it seem like he's fighting the mandatory Kambosos, and Lomachenko's getting him a tune-up in so they can clash after both of these get these fights in right here. But I mean, I feel like Devin Haney, he's one of the best, if not the best, at 135 right there. But the narrative they be pushing sometimes don't be sitting all the way right and exact.
Hey,
I mean, like,
real quick, Upper. First of all, y'all hit my man's like button. There's 230 people in here, and it's only 160 likes. We shot 70
come on,
likes.
ain't no moonlighting. Ain't no moonlighting in there now.
And then secondly, it's 220 some of y'all. A lot of y'all was trying to go in on Monday and trying to go in on me when we were saying all this same shit months ago, but I don't see you commenting today. So I would love to see your comments in the comment section today, the same way that they was a couple of months ago when we told y'all all this shit was gonna happen. But I'm done.
Yeah, this is the same day we was all up here and Bill got up here. Yeah, we remember. And then he got up here and started spinning narrative, wouldn't answer the question correctly, kept hitting questions with questions like smoke and mirrors. Like he should have been a politician. So he's right for the community of boxing because he got that slicky politician ways and knows he know how to play the game. Basically, that's how it is. And still, I feel like, look, go ahead and handle the thing at hand first, then proceed. You sitting there trying to make Tank out to be a duck or other people out to be a duck, but you got to eat the food off your plate before you go up and get seconds or before you can go get another plate. And that's why I feel like that. Like, bro, y'all got to stop daggone doing this out here, man. Basically doing what Eddie Hearn's doing. You already got a fight at hand, but you calling out somebody else or doing something else to big up your shit. Come on, bro. It don't work like that. That's it for me.
What's happening, brothers?
What up, coach?
Going on, Coach?
Hey, bro, you gotta do what he gotta do. He gotta go and fight the motherfucker, beat his ass, then we gonna see what happens after that. That's all I can tell you. We gonna find out who ducking, who not ducking. Soon as this shit hit the fan, he gonna go fuck up Kambosos. Take care of that fucking shit that you signed up to do, and just go head on. And we gonna find out if Loma gonna duck him, and we gonna find out if Tank gonna duck him. If he shouldn't even be worried anyway. He need to go and fuck this dude up and keep his belts and come back and then call both of them out. Whoever gonna give you the most money or how that shit gonna work out, then fight either one of them. I ain't mad at either one of those fights, Tank or Lomachenko. So and people saying Loma don't need a rematch. I mean, a tune-up. Man, the dude been in war, bro. I don't know what the fuck that man has seen. I don't know what's going on with him. He do deserve to come back and work and get himself in shape for a tune-up. I don't know how many people mad about that shit or whatever, but I mean, Usyk didn't do it, and Usyk, just like Money said, Usyk didn't look the best, bro. You know, AJ came in with a better plan. He just wasn't active enough. If he would have kept popping his jab and walking him down and stopped being scared to get knocked out, that was his fucking, he wouldn't let his hands go. He looked like fucking AB up in there. You know, wouldn't let your fucking hands go because you're scared you're going to get tired. You know, the biggest, so that's my whole thing. Usyk could have looked better, but AJ came with a decent plan. But the problem was he wouldn't let his hands fly. So let the man go get him a fucking tune-up. Make sure he at his best. Make sure he at his best, because after you get through with George Kambosos, you're gonna have time to train and be at your best. So that when you beat him, if you fight Lomachenko and you beat him, then bro, ain't nothing motherfucker can say then, because he gonna be at his best. So let him get himself at his best. I mean, that's one thing I did respect about Terence Crawford when he said, "Nah, I don't want to fight Errol right now, coming off this injury." You know, that was the only one thing that I respected when he said that shit. You know, so man, it is what it is, bro. Go handle your fucking business. You signed up for the shit. I know you're frustrated because you feel this fight ain't gonna do well, but you never fucking know. It's in Australia. They might pack the stadium. You never know. So go do what you gotta do, and after that, get back on your motherfucking call out. Make these motherfuckers fight you, or make them look bad. Either way, that's it, bro.
Yeah. 817.
Salute everybody. What's happening, man? Hey, coach, did you lose respect for him though when he said he wanted Thurman straight off his layoff?
Who? No,
Since
I
you,
mean, I'm just saying I'm just, hey, bro. I'm not. You know how I feel about Terence Crawford, right?
right. I'm
Motherfucker
just
need
saying.
to
I'm
sign
just
this
saying.
goddamn contract. I'm just saying because
right.
he know
No.
Thurman is not the biggest fucking. Thurman is not as big of a celebrity as Errol Spence. You see what I'm saying? He was out for so long that he wasn't even relevant. So I can understand him saying that about Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman is a sporadic fucking fighter. Errol Spence has been active. As long as he's been healthy, he's been active, and Errol been called the man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been
Okay.
calling him
All
the
right,
man.
man. All right, man. All right. Anyway, man, say, look, we told y'all a long time ago Dev was pumping that shit, but he signed that deal. He signed that deal to Bob Miller. He gonna do what Master and them say. He wasn't getting out of that Cambosis fight, bro. He wasn't getting out of that shit. If them folks is willing to pay for it, his motherfucking ass is getting in there. All that shit he was on here talking was smoke. And when Money was nailing his ass down, he was trying to out money and he couldn't. And Money was nailing his ass down about dropping the motherfucking belts and actually move it up. And motherfucker kept changing the subject. You knew they were staying at 135, and you knew the Cambosis fight was coming, bro. Using them names for self-promotion. Look, man, we all respect what Dev did. You know what I'm saying? He did what most wouldn't, what we be wanting our fighters to do. But at the end of the day, they've been mashing the gas. They've been gassing themselves up, gassing their names up, gassing their next opponents up off of other niggas' names. We see it at different weights, different levels with different guys. We see Riri ass doing it with Tank. We see Dev and them doing it with Tank. It's the business of boxing, right? Some play business one way, some play it the other way. But y'all need to give a knockout them their motherfucking respect, man. Because motherfuckers was in here hammering them and talking about how Devin Haney was undisputed in the belts and all of this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And he'll drop them belts and whoop his ass at 140 and all of that shit. And Knockout said, well, let's see it. And what we looking at now? Oh yeah, by the way, Cambosis funky ass, all that. I'm gonna retire, and the ref helped you. We know you gonna retire. You just got two big ass bags, and you got your ass whooped. Ain't nobody else gonna pay to see you nowhere. You know your motherfucking ass finna go back to fighting at AutoZone and shit in the motherfucking at the motherfucking Holiday Inn in the lobby and shit. That's where your ass is headed. That's why he said it. He told the truth on himself. You might not see him again. Hell yeah, you're not gonna see him because they're not gonna put him on anything. This motherfucking ass gonna be fighting back in the back of the store and shit. So man,
Back
let's
at
get
the
this shit out
dingo
the way.
pit.
Yeah, man,
Now
let's get this shit out the way.
He gonna be at
let
the
me say
dingo pits.
let me say this real quick. Cause I want to address this because I see my man Darius Gillard. I see his comment and I see people agreeing with what he said. But let me say something about this, right? He says beating Nakatani, Richard Comey, and fighting Jermaine Ortiz should move anyone up in the rankings for undisputed. Now, when have we worried about the rankings? We know that boxing as of today, we don't pay attention to the rankings. We pay attention to the name and the opposition of in the level of the opponent. Now, if it ain't Vasyl Lomachenko fighting for undisputed, who else at 135 is more worthy than Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney for undisputed if Tank Davis don't want to fight him? Who else?
Nobody.
So the reason that they talking about, the reason that fight gonna happen is because of the name. That's a good ass fight. It don't matter. Yeah, he lost to Teofimo Lopez, but that don't matter. He's still, besides, you know what I'm saying, besides motherfucking Tank Davis, he's the best opponent to fight for undisputed. That's why.
Facts.
Plain and simple.
He's still a prospect, so he ain't gonna be nowhere near the runnings for that, you know. Your boy over there with Terence Crawford and them.
Like, it's crazy. Like, y'all acting like that ain't no good ass fight. Like, y'all acting like that Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko ain't a good ass fight, and you're acting like you ain't gonna be the first one to click on and watch that shit when they make that fight. Come on,
but
now.
Keon, I want him to fight him.
That ain't got Tank Davis' name in it at 135.
And not only that,
so Eric Bowden, hold on, because see, you get up in Eric Bowden, you my God, but y'all get up in these comments and y'all act fucking a goddamn fool when it comes to somebody that y'all don't like. So how can you say that Vasyl Lomachenko is a bum? He lost. You talking about he's a bum? He lost to Salido. First of all, so is Gary Russell a bum? Is Nicholas Walters, was he a bum? Because I mean, you got to make it make sense. You can't just, this ain't the platform where you could just say dumbass shit and I'm gonna agree with the shit. Vasyl Lomachenko ain't a bum. He ain't never been a bum. He ain't nowhere near a bum.
No, fuck no.
And Salido has stopped a whole bunch of good people. Stopped Wama.
But he was fucking overweight too.
But if we talking
not
about
only that,
Salido was 30 pounds overweight in that fight.
Yeah, there you go.
He was 30 pounds overweight.
He continued to be
and was
still
dirty than a
So Loma
motherfucker.
still is a great fighter. I'm just saying they throwing Salido out there like he was some type of bum. Salido
this is my whole thing.
Let me say, Salido went into that ring like, I know y'all trying to use me to put him on. So he came in overweight. He fought that fight dirty as a motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the dirtiest shit that he can do to Lomachenko, who, you know, that was his second professional fight. Like, I'm not making no excuses, right? Because he got into the ring and, you know, he lost that motherfucker.
But Salido wasn't no bum either.
Exactly, though. When we looked at what Salido did, and then Salido never gave him a rematch. We seen what happened with that situation. So it's like, you know, it was just like Lomachenko, the Lomachenko that we seen that heated up, that Lomachenko would have beat the shit out of Salido. You know what I'm saying? He would have beat the shit out of him. But you can't take away the way Salido fought the fight, and y'all just try to push that shit over. But that has nothing to do with it because the man took that L, and look what he did after the L. Y'all think people supposed to be stuck on one goddamn loss. Like, y'all be stuck on the loss as if the fighter is still not the fighter. Like, oh, he took an L, now he washed up, he done. Hell no, bro. Lomachenko is the biggest fight for Devin at 135 outside the Tank. Like you said, that's the next biggest fight. And they want the fight. They tell you they want the fight, so it'll let you know what type of fight it is.
Money, that's the type of shit that make these niggas not want to make the fights, money. Because when a motherfucker take an L in a tough fight, motherfuckers stop respecting them. That's why motherfuckers don't want to take these fights. And we're not seeing the shit we don't want to see.
Can I say something?
Let me say something. Let me say something right quick. Go ahead. What I'm telling you, what people don't understand, I'm not even fucking worrying about what if Lomachenko the same or not. I want Devin to beat his ass because this was they fucking guy. And y'all know who they are. Y'all know who they are. This is going to solidify Devin, right? This is going to solidify Devin as far as being one of the fucking top motherfuckers at that division because they've been talking this Lomachenko shit forever and wouldn't give the man a shot at Lomachenko when he had the belts. He dropped the fucking belt. Now, bitch, you got to come all the way back around the fucking table and see me. How Errol said, my have tables turned. That's why I want to see him fight the motherfucker. To beat his ass and send him on his way so that people fucking, all of these motherfucking ESPN and the media can shut the fuck up and give the man his credit. That's my fucking point.
You still got to beat him. You still got to prove
right. He got to fight him. No question about it, money. But you know who I got at 135. So, but my point is, because they allowed him to avoid him for that long. Now you got to come back and see this fucking man. Same thing with Keith Thurman, except Earl telling him fuck him. You understand? But nah, Devin want that fucking fight. I'm gonna show you I'm better than your motherfucking ass. And y'all know how the way Lomachenko is treated compared to Devin Haney. Y'all know it. Everybody know it. That's their fucking fighter. So I want Devin to get up in there and whoop that motherfucking ass and send him on his way. And show him.
And I agree. I think
that's 100% facts, Coach. But my bad, Keith. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say I agree, and I think the problem that a lot of people got with Lomachenko and be like, oh man, he a bum, he ain't shit, is because they mad because the way that he gets treated by ESPN, right? But that ain't got nothing to do with him as a fighter in the ring. That's where y'all need to learn how to separate that shit, man.
That motherfucker can fight, but he should have stayed at 130. He shouldn't have never came to 135, as far as I'm concerned.
Look,
but he did what he did, and I want the motherfucker to fight Devin because this is y'all fucking guy. This is y'all fucking man.
And that's a sentiment that every Devin Haney fan should have, bro. Not this sentiment that beating Comey, beating Nakatani, and beating fucking Jermaine Ortiz, they don't put you back in the run for undisputed. Nah, bro, like at the end of the day, let's just all be real. Whether you a Tank Davis fan, whether you a Devin Haney fan, or a Ryan Garcia fan, you put them names on their motherfucking resumes, and as a fan, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's a good win. Yup, that's another good win. Yup, that's another good win. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Just because you don't like somebody, dog, we gotta stop that shit as fight fans, just in general, bro. Just because you don't like somebody, you gotta learn to separate that shit from whether or not they a good fighter, whether or not they can get the shit done in the ring, bro. And at the end of the day, if you want Devin Haney, if you a fan of his and you want him to continue to prove that he the best, if you think he the best and you want him to continue to fight great fights and build his legacy, he need to fight Lomachenko, bro.
Thanks.
He need to fight Lomachenko. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit about like. And the same with Earl and A17. He just said facts, but he gonna disagree with this one. The same with Earl, bro. If once he fight Terence Crawford, bro, he need to get in the ring with Keith Thurman one day, bro. At the end of the day, this shit is a sport, bro. Fuck your feelings. Fuck this notion that fighters get to decide, oh, well, shit, he didn't give me my shot. He didn't give me my shot back when I was chasing him, so shit, I don't have to give him a shot. No, it was wrong when he was doing it. He should have gave you a shot, and you should give his ass a shot too, bro. Like, stop all this shit where we should miss out on good fights like we standing on some higher power or some higher purpose and shit because, oh, he did this person wrong, so I don't want to see the fight no more. Nah, I still want to see the fight. Matter of fact, the best revenge is to beat his ass, bro.
I just want to see the fucking disappointment
and it's funny because check this out. That's what I want. It's funny because we still talking about, oh man, fuck him. He ducked Dev. Dev was y'all better be glad that he didn't fight Devin Haney back then, right? Devin Haney is much better than he was then, and to me, Lomachenko wouldn't have lost to Devin Haney back then. He would have beat Devin Haney back then. So y'all better be glad that he's so-called ducked him.
Listen,
now Devin Haney is much better, and it's a much tougher fight for Lomachenko now. So what you're crying about? I don't understand what we still crying about. Two things that happened 4 years ago.
Now I agree with Keith's statement, right?
Two things can be true though, bro. Like, yes, Loma ducked Devin back in the day. But let's stop acting like just because he petitioned for the franchise belt back in the day that now that Devin is fighting Kambosos second time, that's because Loma is ducking him right now. Like, nah, bro, he's fighting Kambosos for a totally different reason. It's like people want to tie all this shit together and not take each circumstance and consider it on its own merit for what it really is, bro. And so at the end of the day, man, all this standing on the, oh man, I want to see, you know what Devin should do, bro? Devin, after he beat Kambosos the second time, he should just say, fuck Loma and drop the belts and move up. Hell nah, fuck that weak ass shit, bro. No, bro, he should fight Loma. He should fight Loma and then fight Tank and then move up, bro.
Listen,
he won't do that because he want to prove he the fucking best.
Listen, the fight fan in me, right? The fight fan in all of us wants to see those matchups, right? The fight fan and all of us wants to see those matchups, right? But if I'm either one of these guys, if I'm Dev or if I'm Errol Spence, right? There's a human element to this. And I still, the path that I took the path least travel. I took the hardest route to my hardware. I took the hardest motherfucking route. And these motherfuckers made sure I had to go around the block, up the street, down around the corner when the shit was right there. And now the shoe on the other foot, and it's damn near like a hand out and a hand up. Now, if I'm Dev, I might consider, like BF said, treat it like Sonic, jump on the spike, bust them belts all over everywhere, and make them run and go get them. Fuck them. I don't know them a goddamn thing.
Nah, bro.
Really? I don't agree with that.
And then on the adverse, hold on. And then on the adverse, when it comes to Thurman, man, me and Keith, we done went back and forth about this whole ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't did nothing from that point but continue to show how much of a whole ass nigga he was. If I'm Errol, if I'm Errol,
hey, hold on. Hey, one second, we gonna get to that. We ain't on that yet. We gonna get to that right now after this. We finna get on that.
Fuck that. I don't agree with that shit at all.
Yeah, bro,
I want to see Devin fight all the fucking top fighters at 135.
I agree with Coach, but when you advocate for that shit, bro, like at some point, dog, we got to decide whether or not we want boxing to be a sport or whether or not we want it to be the bullshit that it's been for the past, since I've been watching motherfucking boxing. At some point, bro, fuck your pride, bro. At some point, fuck the human element. The motherfucking Cleveland Cavaliers can't be like, nah, bro, LeBron left us twice, so we ain't playing against him. That's why basketball is a better fucking sport right now, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, bro, with boxing. Like, that shit drives me fucking insane, bro. Like, we literally got
you don't know Keith Thurman shit.
Nah, bro, we literally got a segment of people who I respect. It's like, nah, fuck the competition element, fuck the meritocracy, fuck the sporting element of it. He should show pride and he should get back at him by not fighting him because he didn't fight him in the past.
What does Keith Thurman do for Errol Spence right now?
What does he do? We finna cook on that. Hold on, bro.
That takes away. I'm talking about Devin. I'm talking about Devin and Loma right now. That takes away from the sport for Devin to move that way, bro.
He ain't gonna move that way.
Devin is a different. Devin is a different.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all listen to me right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If he fucking decide he gonna bust them fucking belts up and not fucking fight Lomachenko and try to get that fucking tank fight, I'm not following Devin no more. I'm telling y'all right now.
So you mean to tell me if he defends this belt and he moves up to 140?
I do what my dad said do and shit. Like he already kind of like
nigga. Yes, I told you. I don't see. This is what y'all don't understand.
Ain't nobody at 140. Ain't nobody.
I want to see the best fight the fucking best. Point blank. Period. I can give a fuck if that nigga drop them motherfucking belts and don't fuck Loma up. And not try to make that fucking tank fight. I don't know if that's gonna happen because of Floyd and them.
Still was at 140.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if he don't fucking fight Lomachenko after this shit and drop them fucking belts and move up and go fight some fucking body like Teofimo just fought, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not fucking with him no more.
So if he move to 140 and fight somebody like just anybody credible, Gary Antoine or Regis or Tank at 140. Listen, I'm not saying that he is. Listen, Coach, because what you said now, there may be caveats. If it was somebody like that at 140 and he didn't fight Loma at 135, you still on the same shit?
Nah, man, hell yeah, cause bro.
Let me say this, bro.
For a fight for fucking 5-6 years and shit, bro, and then run around this bitch, and when it's right in front of you, run away from the shit, bro. Nah.
Let me say this for Keith.
I mean, he fucked himself with the nutritionist.
We have to stop this, bro. We have to stop comparing boxing to every other sport because it's not, bro. This is an individual sport and things of that nature, right? But when we look at Devin Haney, right, and this credit to Devin Haney, right? Okay, he the undisputed champion right now. Credit, he tried to fight Lomachenko, and I'm giving him credit. He tried to fight Tank, right? Even though the situation was the situation. But if it comes to the point to where Devin Haney feel like his body can't make 135 no more, right? If he feel like his body can't make 135 and he don't want to put himself in a fucked up position, feeling like I'm gonna be weak or it's gonna be a strain on me, and he decided to drop the titles and go to 140 and do his thing up there, I'm not gonna be mad at the young man for making that type of move, right? Of course, they wanted to fight the Lomachenko fight. They tried to make it happen. It didn't happen, but we know Loma was in position to fight somebody else. So we knew that he would have fought him. But I'm not going to just sit up here and say, oh, well, because he don't fight him, I'm not going to fuck with him no more. The simple fact that the fight is on the table, and if he go after the fight and then he turn the fight down, then that's a different situation. But if he go fight George Kambosos and he say, you know what, my next move is to 140, man. Fuck it. My body can't make it no more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try my chapter up there. Then you gotta respect that as him moving on his chessboard. It ain't that he ducking this man or ducking that man. That's what I'm trying to tell.
Listen,
Bill,
I understand
you can't say
what you're
somebody
saying,
ducking
money,
out on that situation.
and that's the only way that I won't fucking. That's the only way I won't be fucking pissed off, right? That's the only way. The fucking young man can't fucking make weight no more. But if you can fucking make weight and you don't in negotiation with this fucking fight, and you don't take this fucking fight, because I want to see you fight the best motherfuckers at 135. I want to see you fucking prove that you the fucking best. Point blank, period. And I'm riding with him. You understand? Now, if you go up, I understand. But I understand.
This attitude of just
like, see, this is my thing, right?
This attitude of just accepting that, oh man, you can't compare boxing to this because this is boxing, bro. This attitude of
you can't compare boxing to basketball.
Can we compare it to
totally different?
Can we compare it to tennis, money?
Wait a minute, bro.
Can we compare it to tennis?
Wait a minute.
Can we compare it to tennis? It's an individual sport. Does Serena get to pick up opponents?
I agree with knockout because we comparing the mindset of an athlete.
Bro,
I agree with knockout because it's the mindset of an athlete.
Yeah, hold on, keep it
like, bro. Like all this just accepting boxing for how it is. Fuck that shit, bro.
Wait a minute, bro. Boxing been this way. So when we're looking at the situation, you talk about
a certain amount of years, bro. Women couldn't vote for a certain amount of years. Just because something been a certain way, don't mean it should continue, bro.
Man, yes, it is. You talking about could you compare it to
that? Don't make it right, though.
Tennis
just because something been a certain way, money don't mean it's right, bro.
Wait a minute, bro. Tennis ain't no motherfucking physical motherfucking combat sport.
It's an independent sport, bro.
Wait 1 second, bro. And you're looking at basketball and football and all this shit. All that shit is ran by the upper heads and with people that got money that they spread around. It's not like they going into that shit with a promotional companies and things of that nature. We'll never be able to get in on fucking tennis, basketball, and football like we do with boxing, bro. Boxing, we see the corruption and all that shit that goes on with boxing. Stop trying to compare that shit to these big ass sports that's ran by all these motherfucking billionaires that got money after motherfucking ass. So when you look at boxing,
so you telling me not to compare a broken sport.
Wait a minute, bro.
You telling me not to compare a broken sport to that's fucked up the sport that's actually doing it right, bro.
Bro, let me finish, bro. When we looking at the situation, you talking about the sport that actually doing it right. That shit been in play with fucking billionaires, man. Billionaires, right? So boxing, how many fucking billionaires that you got in the fucking boxing game that can say, oh, well, we missed out this year. We can do it better next year. This shit don't work like that, bro. That shit is a whole different format. You're looking at boxing. It's all about you coming into that bitch, who you are. We know you can switch motherfuckers from the rankings up and down and all that shit. You can't do that shit in them other sports, bro. So when you're looking at boxing, that shit is totally different. Y'all keep trying to compare that shit. Oh, well, they got to play this fighter. They also got a long ass contract to where them motherfuckers getting paid $100 million up front and things that next to where they set in stone. And boxing, your ass lose, your ass done for. You ain't this motherfucking big ass name. So let's stop comparing them like they these big ass stars to where they just set for fucking life. To where, okay, if Devin Haney had $100 million contract and Lomachenko and Errol Spence and Terence Crawford them had $100 million contracts, fuck now, they ain't gonna mind going in there and taking the motherfucking L because the money is in a bank. And this motherfucking sport, you gotta go out there and you get what you fight for. And sometimes the fight ain't bigger than what the fuck it look like. So stop trying to compare motherfuckers with contracts and set money to fighters that's going out there doing. And I'm not saying take the competitive nature out of the boxing game, but it's a whole different.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Let me say this.
Exactly what you're saying.
Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Right. Let me say this. I you know what I'm saying? I hear what both of y'all saying. I agree with what you saying, money, and I agree with what Knockout saying, too, on the strength of it's the mindset, bro. You got to stop having this mindset that, oh, I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that. Like, if you feel that you the best, You should won't smoke with any and everybody to prove that that next man is not better than you. So to me, it's the mindset. If I'm running around telling everybody that I'm the best in my division in the world, well, I should be willing to fight whoever say that they better than me. If the business makes sense. Yeah, now the business got to always make sense because every sport is a business. Every sport is money involved, millions of dollars involved. So, but yeah, the mindset got to be okay. Yeah. And so when it comes to Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney, if Devin Haney, come up and be like, oh, well, I ain't going to fight him because I wanted to fight him back then, and now I want to move up. Nah, bro, I'm not trying to hear that because he been barking. You've been hollering and screaming, and you know what I'm saying, that gate been closed because that fight, y'all was under different promotional companies. You heard Bob Arum at the time, right? When y'all talking about that Vasil Lomachenko ducked him, you heard Bob Arum flat out say, hey, he signed with the wrong promoter. He signed with the wrong promoter. So you still have a promoter that's Bob Arum. You still have to get Bob Arum's okay to make the fight. And Bob Arum was letting it be known that he wasn't going to put that fight together back then. Fuck all that sanctioning body shit y'all talking about, because that shit can go away and disappear. You know what I'm saying? That shit can disappear as fast as it came up. Y'all acting like they go by the rules in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to move the goalposts just because it's somebody that we might like or we might not like. But yeah, Devin Haney, he got to go fight Vasil Lomachenko if he talking all that shit. And Bill Haney was just on my show not too long ago talking about Devin Haney is making the weight easy. He said he could fight 3 more fights at lightweight. He ain't having a problem making the weight. So yeah, I'm not gonna be trying to hear that shit if he say, oh well, all of a sudden, nah, you know what, I'm moving up. No, you can move up, but fight Vasil Lomachenko first.
This is what's crazy to me, bro. And I got mad respect for money, so don't nobody in the chat get it twisted, right? This is what's crazy to me as fight fans, and I know everybody don't think like me, bro. But this notion that as a fight fan, I can't look at a sport that I love, a broken sport, a sport that's fucked up on so many levels. This notion that I can't look at it and compare it to other sports that are doing so much better, that give us such a way better product. This notion that I can't compare it and say, look, man, this is where you broke it. This is where shit could get better. This is like, this shit don't happen like this over here. Why don't you try this notion that I can't compare shit to stuff that's done? All sports got their flaws, but some sports are better than others. Tennis, you may not like tennis. It may not be something that's aesthetically pleasing to you, but it's the individual sport. And the way that it's set up, at the end of the day, motherfuckers got to play against the best, regardless of if Serena cussed you out before. Regardless if Serena, maybe she got the Nike deal when you wanted the Nike deal. I don't fucking know. But if you felt like Serena did you well, did you wrong, guess what? At the end of the day, because of how tennis is set up, you got to fucking go against it if your ass get to Wimbledon, because she going to be right there. Boxing is fucking broke like that. And the notion that I should just accept the shit because it's always been like that, bro, I will always disagree with that shit. 1,000%. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about, bro, because at the end of the day, the sport is broke. I do not accept rehydration clauses. I don't accept fucking catch weights. I don't accept boxers being able to tell another boxer what glove they should wear. I don't accept the boxer being like, yeah, you did me wrong. You ain't give me a fight, even though you still considered the best. Now I'm not going to fight you. I will never accept that shit. And anybody that want me to, bro, you can miss me. I'm just probably not your cup of tea when it comes to that motherfucking opinion. But I'm going to maintain that opinion, and I'm going to hold that shit till I stop watching boxing, which is gonna be to my grave, because I'm always love and watch this sport, bro.
Now watch this. Now
you just said you gonna hold that opinion. That shit ain't gonna change, and you gonna keep watching boxing.
Let me make this point, A1. So he just said up there to say all that, right? So when you talking about the Serenas and all that shit, when you got a motherfucker 15-year-old Coco Golf that can come into the game and play a motherfucking Venus Williams, right? You can see that shit go down, or a Coco Golf can make it to play a motherfucking Serena Williams. So you telling me you can put a motherfucking 17-year-old motherfucker straight out the amateurs, or somebody that's turned professional, and put them in that motherfucking ring with a motherfucking Lomachenko who been a 3-division world champion and things of that nature.
Money.
So
When did
you
I
can't,
say that, bro?
wait a minute, bro. Let
When
me
did
make
I
my
say
point.
that, bro? What are
Bro,
you
let me
talking
make
about?
my point. I just shut the fuck up while you talk, bro. So when I'm looking at the situation, right? He talking about all this. So that's the difference between fucking tennis and boxing. You can throw a motherfucker, a 15, 16-year-old in there with a motherfucking 31-year-old master in a motherfucking tennis sport. When we're looking at boxing, you keep trying to compare, oh, well, you know, the mindset, and because, you know, it's broken in this, that, and the third. Man, boxing minutes way before your ass even start watching boxing. Period. One nigga ain't gonna come and tell me, oh, well, here go a flaws, and you know what, we can fix that wrinkle. All we gotta do is just earn that out. And we can come over here and look at football, and they doing like this, and you can fix that wrinkle and just earn it out. Man, you got motherfucking billionaires that's working together in football, right? You got billionaires that working together in basketball. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got the motherfucking players that come together in football and basketball and all this shit that put
Well,
shit in the contracts. Hold on, man. That put shit in the contracts that work to their favor. You don't have that type of shit in boxing. You don't have these boxers coming together talking about, you know what? If we get 5 losses, or we get fucked up, or we get mental health issues, or we got all this shit. Yeah, it's something in the contract that says, well, we all get 150,000 for this, or they got to pay for our medical bills on this and things of that nature. You keep trying to compare boxing to all these other motherfucking sports that's not as
well,
physical
I'm
as.
gonna say this,
Hold on,
money.
let me finish,
We
Keith.
hold on, cause you
Hold
talked
on.
for 30
But
minutes
just
and
let me finish
nobody
making my
said nothing.
point, bro. I'm
You've
still
been
making my
talking the whole time,
Keon,
money.
I'm still
We
making
gotta
my
move
point,
on.
bro.
You got
All right,
you
but let
gotta
me make
hurry
my
up, cause we gotta
bro.
move
All
on,
right,
bro.
bro. Damn, let me make my point. So,
Come on. Let me read this. And salute to the queen in the building, Miss Coach. Salute.
So
And
the
it's
situation is boxing is gonna always be its own different fucking animal, bro. Because you got too many motherfuckers promoters out here. You got fighters out here that's not no fucking long ass contract, right? So when you're looking at all these other sports, it's something totally different. To where you can't just look at them, oh, well, they got a better product and they got a better product. And they got a lot of motherfuckers that's working together and a lot of people that's endorsing and motherfuckers getting shooted and all type of shit that's going on in them sports that's not happening in boxing. So you can't sit up here and compare the two, bro. That shit, it'll never add up. Never. I don't give a fuck how passionate you is or how much you love the shit. It'll never fucking add up, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
all facts.
but I'm gonna say this,
It'll
right?
never
The
add up as long
UFC
as
is a combat
it'll never
sport.
add up as long as it got
Man,
fans
that shit'll
and
never
fight
add
fans
up,
walking
bro.
around this bitch like you that just accept it. You goddamn
Right,
right. It'll
Man,
never change.
sit down
right.
somewhere. Somebody accept
And the
something. We got a whole
UFC,
motherfucking city doing
but
shit for other
we
people.
gotta move on. We gotta move on. But all I gotta say is the UFC is a combat sport, and we see why it's doing much better than boxing.
And
You know
how
what I'm
much them
saying?
fight? How much them people getting paid over there?
In the you where you just talking about,
And
oh
and
man,
and
these
and,
fighters
and
ain't getting
how much
paid,
they
they
getting
ain't
paid over
billionaires,
there?
so you can't go
And
there.
who
You
running the
can't go
show?
there.
One
You
motherfucker running
feel
the
me?
show over there.
But
Cut
but
it
the
out, man.
product is a lot better, and the fans ain't
Cut it
going
out.
for no bullshit like you going for.
Man, cut
So
it out.
it just
It
is
ain't
what
going
it
for no
is.
bullshit. It's just the facts of the fucking matter,
You
bro.
know,
Yeah,
I
And
mean,
y'all
it
know the
just
same
is what
shit.
it
let's
is, bro.
fucking
Y'all mentioned
continue
the
to
same shit
accept it. Let's
before,
not
bro.
talk about one
Man, stop
competitive
talking about
fight. Let's
accepting
accept the shit,
something,
bro.
bro. You
You
sounding stupid
But
accepting the
talking about
shit, bro.
accepting something.
but
Nigga, you
let's
just
Accept
move
something.
accept
The
the
on.
shit
shit.
gonna be what it's gonna be.
Let's move on. Y'all hit the like button because all these people in here in them likes shouldn't look like that. Y'all hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button. You come in here, listen for free. You know what I'm saying? We got to take our time out of our day to do this shit, and y'all don't even want to hit the like button. So check it out, man. So this key, and I'm a switch, right? Because we stayed on that subject for a long ass time. But I want to talk about the Keith Thurman. I mean the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and now Keith Thurman could be in the equation, right? He already had made. I made a video about it of couple weeks ago, about a week ago, telling y'all that Keith Thurman said that he feels that he's the backup plan. The reason why that PBC haven't put him in a fight, haven't made a fight with him, he's saying that they haven't even come to him offering him a fight. Now, what we got to separate is hearing a Jerron Boots Ennis or whoever it may be calling out Keith Thurman, right? Calling out Keith Thurman in the public, and then Keith Thurman kind of shrugging it off. That's not PBC or Al Heyman coming to Keith Thurman and saying, look, we got to fight for you. We want you to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. So that hasn't happened. So what he's saying is they haven't come to him about fighting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Shit that we do on YouTube and shit that you hear online and on Twitter, that's not a contract. That's not Al Heyman or Steven Espinoza saying we would like you to fight this guy or we got this fight for you. So he's saying they haven't come to him with nothing at all. And he been ready to fight. So he's saying that the reason that he believes they haven't come to him with no fight is because he thinks that they want to use him as the backup plan, seeing Errol Spence and Terence Crawford don't turn out. Now, my thing is that, for one, we are already damn near almost in September. You know what I'm saying? A fight of this magnitude cannot be called, right, to the fans and tell the fans, right, with short notice like this that, okay, we announced it in September and we're going to fight in November. It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? We know that there ain't no contracts been signed. Ain't no contracts been signed. If that shit had been signed, they would have already been then, you know, told the fans and gave us a date and all of that. It ain't. So to me, if it don't happen by the end of this week, I don't feel that the fight is happening. That's just me. So if the fight is not happening, should Errol Spence, you know, within the next week or two, if the fight ain't announced, should Errol Spence move the fuck on and say, you know what? Yeah, I'll fight Keith Thurman. And my thing is, I think he should. And I think he should fight Keith Thurman because you move up to 154 right now. Who the fuck you gonna fight? Jermell Charlo got all the belts. You're not gonna fight Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano, not Brian Castano, and Tim Tszyu, they are already fighting in January or February. I think it's in January, right? You don't want to sit on the shelf a whole nother year and a half anyway, waiting for Jermell Charlo to drop the belts and the belts to be scattered, and then you get a fight at 154. You want to stay active. You've been training to fight at 147. You've been keeping your weight down and being disciplined to fight at 147. So my thing is, why not say, fuck it. If I can't make this motherfucker Terence Crawford fight me and put his belt on the line, I cannot make him voluntarily defend for undisputed, defend his strap so we can get undisputed. He can't make him do that. So fuck it. I'm not finna wait around for him no more. I'm gonna chalk the deuce and I'm gonna go make another mega fight with Keith Thurman because I don't give a fuck what nobody say about, oh man, Keith Thurman, he didn't give him a chance. Hey, we ain't talking about all that shit. I think he should fight Keith Thurman because, for one, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, right, and Keith Thurman, Errol Spence was calling all of them out at the same time. None of them wanted to give Errol Spence a chance. None of them did. The only reason that we saw Sean Porter step up to the plate and fight Errol Spence is because he was at the Mikey Garcia fight. These is facts. Him and his pops was at the Mikey Garcia fight. They seen that Errol Spence did 50,000 plus. They also knew that Errol Spence was fucking off in the streets, right? And they felt that they got him at the right time and they hopped to take the fight. Before that, they wouldn't even mention Errol Spence's name. Danny Garcia was the same motherfucking way. If Errol Spence had stayed on course and stayed that nigga with the shag, Sean Porter nor Danny Garcia would have never fought him unless they were made to fight him, unless they didn't have no choice. That is a fact. So Keith Thurman, the same thing. When all this shit happened, Keith Thurman was injured. So, if Keith Thurman had a choice, come back to the sport, right? Because before Keith Thurman got injured, before in 2017, before Keith Thurman, after he fought Danny Garcia, right? Keith Thurman was a unified champion, right? He was a WBC and WBA champion after he fought Danny Garcia. Right after that, Errol Spence then got his belt from Kell Brook. So Errol Spence didn't even have no belt this whole time. So Keith Thurman, he got hurt, and then he had a choice. Come right back off 2-year layoff and fight Errol Spence. He chose to take a tune-up. Now, can we really fault him for taking the tune-up? I mean, ain't nobody but Errol Spence coming off 2-year layoffs and going straight into the smoke. Ain't
You
nobody
talk a
really
lot of
doing
shit
shit
to
like
money,
that.
but you sure
Hold
laying
on,
this shit
ain't
down
one
for a
second.
long
Let me
time.
cook and I'll let you go. Ain't nobody doing that. Period. But Errol Spence. Nobody else is doing that. You ain't gonna see Sean Porter come off no 2-year layoff and get in the ring with nobody like Errol Spence. You're not gonna see Keith Thurman do it. None of these dudes is doing that, right? So he chose to take a motherfucking tune-up. Now, people can say, well, after that, he could have fought Errol Spence. Well, Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. All of them would have fought Manny Pacquiao. I'm not saying that he wanted to fight Errol Spence. I'm not saying that he wasn't ducking Errol Spence because he was telling you flat out, I'm not fighting Errol Spence now. I'm going to fight him. It's going to be, I'm going to fight him, but this year's a tune-up year, and then I want to fight Errol Spence after that. He fucked around, fought Manny Pacquiao, the fight that all of them wanted to get. He took it. I can't blame him for taking the Manny Pacquiao fight now. Now that I look back at it, I can't blame him for taking the Manny Pacquiao fight, seeing how they all wanted Manny Pacquiao. He did that, he lost, right? So my thing is now he calling for Errol Spence. Yeah, of course he calling for Errol Spence because Errol Spence is that dude. But I don't think that those events that went down was enough for the fans, right? For the fans to be saying, oh, I don't want to see Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, because that's a big fight for Errol Spence. That's a big money fight for Errol Spence. It's a great fight, to stay at 147 for one more fight. Seeing that if you move up, you ain't going to get no better fight right off the rip. If he move up to 154, he's not going to get a bigger money fight than Keith Thurman. He ain't going to get a bigger fight for the fans. The fans still gonna want to see that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They still gonna want to see Keith Thurman and Errol Spence if that fight get announced. So I think that at 147 right now, yeah, Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, that's the backup fight. Boots is still, he got his thing going on. I would like to see Boots and Errol Spence, but they're not gonna make that fight right now. Just be, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Showtime ain't gonna make Boots and Errol Spence right now. You got an up-and-coming superstar, and it's just too risky for them to put him in the ring with Errol Spence, and then he fuck around and lose, and then it's like, and I'm not saying he will lose. I'm just saying if he fuck around and lose, and then what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Keith Thurman and Errol Spence to me is the answer. If they can't get this shit done real soon, they need to look away from Terence Crawford and start looking at Keith. But go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever next, go ahead.
All right. Well, who next right now?
It's supposed to be on money, bro.
All right.
I look at it like that. It ain't a bad fight. I kind of agree with Keith when he said going to 154. If Charlo not dropping no titles, it's the when you look at 154, who is bigger than Keith Thurman? They got history with you. So you do got history with Keith Thurman. Right? I'm just standing on it now. I'm not going all the way back into the past and all that shit. Right now, you look at the landscape of boxing, Keith Thurman is still one of the top cats. He ain't the hottest, but he damn sure one of the top. Then y'all got history to where you can market it. It's all about marketing the fight. Once you get a fight, who you fighting, how you go game plan for the shit, how you go market the shit. They got history to where they can use Keith Thurman ducked Errol Spence back then, and they can use that shit as a storyline. Still gonna be up to Errol Spence to what he want to do. He's saying take the L out of Lover. He just disliked the man to where he don't even want to put no money in the man pocket. He understand him fighting Keith Thurman, what it do. But if you was to fight him, it's still a hell of a fight. Nobody beat him but Manny Pacquiao. Nobody out of the bunch. Like I always say, he got he got Porter and Danny before you. It's gonna make some money. Not the Terence Boy Crawford money, but I will say press conferences sell fights as well. And you put Errol Spence and Keith Thurman in a press conference, Keith Thurman gonna make Errol Spence talk all the shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman is going to make Errol Spence talk all the shit in the world because Keith Thurman have a way of just irritating the fuck out of Errol Spence, where he probably want to just punch his ass in the face once they stand up there and stir each other in the face. So, you know, if you can get Errol Spence to talking and building the fight up, that shit plays a big part of pay-per-view buys and money sales. And, you know, Keith he fought all my leftovers and this, that, and the third, and I wanted to make the fight this big and this, that, and all that shit, and they can go sell that shit up there. So it's not a bad fight when you're looking for a fight if you want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at the landscape of 147, Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, the hot names that people looking at right there, right? Danny gone, Shine gone, you got Terence Crawford. What else bigger than Keith Thurman at this point? You know what I'm saying? At this point, if you want to fight at 147, that's up to Errol Spence if you want to fight at 147 or not. But if you're doing all this training for 147 and you can't get the Terence Crawford fight, then, you know, Keith Thurman ain't a bad choice. His name is more known than, you know what I'm saying, than majority of the motherfuckers at 147. It's a hell of a fight still, right? Like I say, Keith Thurman's still dangerous in the first 6 rounds. He'll get his ass up for Errol Spence, even though Errol gonna fold his ass up. And then Errol, you can check his ass off the list. Like you say, kid, you did want Thurman, Porter, and Danny. You feel me? That's a hell of a way to go up to 147. You got every motherfucker over there. You got all of them besides Bud. But you got everybody that was on the PBC side that you was looking for. So I won't be pissed off at the fight. I would actually pay for it. I would actually pay pay-per-view money to see Errol Spence beat the shit out of Keith Thurman because I want to see him beat the shit out of Keith Thurman. And I'm quite sure there's a lot of other people that kind of feel like me. But it's up to Errol Spence and his personal ego, how he feeling about Keith Thurman and things of that nature. So we'll see how that play out. But I still got faith that the Bud fight gonna happen. But if it don't happen, if Keith Thurman is up on the list and he signed that bitch, you know, I won't be pissed off.
Yeah, man, it's a good backup plan, bro. I mean, I want to be clear. Obviously, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is the fight that I want more than any fight in boxing in recent memory. So, but I would like to know why the fight don't happen. You know what I mean? Like, before I just say, yeah, go ahead and fight Keith. Like, I want to make sure that it ain't nothing from Errol's side and his fault. Because whoever fought for the fight not happening they need to get all the smoke in the world, regardless of if it's Errol or Terence Crawford. So I would like to know that. But if we just talking generally, yeah, for some reason you don't get to fight Keith, you don't get to fight Terence Crawford, then Keith Thurman, man, just for the sake of crossing that name off your list, just for the sake of you know, hopefully getting boxing to behave more like a sport and not less like the goddamn circus that it typically operates at, then yeah, bro, Keith Thurman is right there. It's a good name, former unified champion, only lost to Manny Pacquiao. You know, he beat all the best names on your resume. A lot of people give you credit for Danny Garcia. A lot of people give you credit for Sean Porter. Well, he beat their ass before you did. He beat them when they were younger, fresher fighters. So, you know, that's a good name. It's a good fight. And if for some reason the Terence Crawford fight don't happen, then yeah, that's a good backup fight. But make no mistake about it, 100%, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford is the fight that I want more than any fight in boxing. And before I just say, oh yeah, I'm cool with the Keith Thurman fight, I want to know why the Spence Crawford fight doesn't happen, if it indeed doesn't happen. Because shit, like whoever the cause of it, if it's the PBC, if it's Earl, if it's fucking Bud, whoever the fuck it is, they need smoke, bro. Because this is a fight that we all need and we all want. So I want to be very clear on that. That's why I've said it multiple times. But I'll pass the mic. That's all I got. Good backup fight, and you know, it is what it is, bro.
I think it's an okay backup fight, but I'm already in the mindset that the Bud and the Spence fight gonna happen. What I think is going on right now, Terence Crawford is trying to buy as much time as he can before they announce that fight, because he know after they announce that fight, he only has 8 weeks. That's why he's been training since Earl called him out for them belts. He know his body wasn't built for Earl right now. That's why he going so hard in the gym right now, trying to thicken up, bulk up, just so when the fight gets announced, you know, he's trying to get as much time as he can to get his body in the best shape, because he knows this is the fight of his career, this is the fight of his life. So I still think that fight is going to happen, because I mean, I've heard from the EJ side, and I think that fight is going to happen. I just think Terence just stalling out as long as he can, because you see he's bulking up. Y'all see he's working out as hard as he's ever worked out. He's trying to get his stamina. He's trying to get his weight up. He's trying to get everything up. So when they announce that fight, then he'll have more time to train as much as he can, because after a while, you only got like 8 weeks to 10 weeks after the fight's announced. So he's trying to get everything in there right now. And I think the Keith Thurman fight would be a second option right there, because to be honest, at the 147, I think the Virgil Ortiz fight would be bigger than the Keith Thurman fight, especially in Dallas. You
I
have the
agree.
two undefeated people right there in Dallas. It's gonna go ham, and Virgil and Oscar they calling out. And you know, Keith Thurman, yeah, he all right, but Virgil's still an undefeated prospect that's calling it out. Plus, I think there's gonna be a whole lot more action. People's gonna tune into
I
that.
don't want to.
Golden Boy
I'm not
just
trying to cut
ruined.
you off
Golden Boy
upper
just ruined
echelon.
two more
I'm gonna
fucking
say this.
fights with
Oh,
Munguia
oh, oh,
and fucking Ryan Garcia. They ain't doing business.
oh, yeah. I don't want to cut you off upper echelon, but see, this is the thing. I'm talking about something that's realistic. We got to look at fighters that's under the PBC banner. They're
Okay.
not finna make Virgil Ortiz and Errol Spence because they don't work together. They don't work
I
with
know,
Golden
but
Boy.
Virgil came out and said he'll do whatever to get that fight right there. You know,
Virgil
Oscar's been
don't have
trying to
no
get it
say
too.
so and shit.
Well, you know, Oscar trying to get it too, but I mean, I know I'm just saying it would be a viable option, but I understand what you're saying though, but it would be a better fight though, because you know, they got the same style basically and early expose them, but they said there ain't no fights for early 154. That Fundura fight up there. That'll be bigger than the Keith Thurman fight. You got undefeated Fundura, plus you know the black and Mexican fan base going against each other right there is always a hell of a daggone show right there. And plus you got that dude that's a PlayStation character, Fundura. And he been calling out Spence. He even said he'd come down to 147 to fight Spence. And you know, he undisputed. He a prime prospect. I think that'll be better than Keith Thurman fight. I just feel like I use Keith Thurman if there's nothing left. You feel what I'm saying? If I can't get those two big fights right there, then I grab Keith Thurman right there because I feel like he played over the years. He wasn't trying to see that, man. Floyd offered him a chance to fight him just like he did Canelo. Floyd offered Canelo a chance to fight him. He told him, go out there, do your due diligence. Canelo beat Trout, came back, got Floyd. Keith said he wanted Floyd that bad. Floyd said, you stopped my man right here. You beat my man right here. You got me. And he didn't want no parts of it. So he ducked Spence then. And I feel like he been playing with Spence, tagging him along the whole time. He had no intention of fighting Spence. The man became a 2-belt champion and he knew what it was. He was trying to stall it out as long. I want to see proof of the daggone injuries that he had, you know? But if they have to, then by him wasting all that training camp, I'll take the Keith Thurman fight. But I need to know if the Bud and Crawford fight don't work. I want to know exactly why as well. But I just think Terence Crawford trying to buy as much time to bulk up and get himself in the top shape before the fight's announced. So he'll have that much more of a chance before he gets put to sleep by Spence anyway. That's me.
Yep. Well, I mean, I understand that's a backup fight for him, but that motherfucker don't really deserve that shit because it's been fucking years since Keith Thurman was Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He still haven't. Errol gonna be done fought twice, and this motherfucker ain't. His last fight was Mario Barrios, bro. You know that's some bullshit, man. He's not even fucking active. That's the only problem I have with him. If he would have stayed active and kept on fucking winning, but he's not even active. He's just sitting back in the cut, waiting and praying that he could get an opportunity. When you're not showing us shit, and you got all these other fighters that's around, that's fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's my only qualm with Keith Thurman. Bro, you're not fighting nobody, like nobody, literally. You're not doing shit but sitting back, bro. When the fuck we gonna see you in the ring? This gonna be Errol fucking second fight. And you ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my only qualm. Now, is it a good backup fight? Yeah, it's a good backup fight because I just want to see him beat the shit out of him and hit him to the body and stop him. That's my only thing. But he's not showing nothing. Keith Thurman is like, he's living in boxing is a game of what have you done for me lately? Or you ain't did shit. You fought Manny Pacquiao, and then you fought Mario Barrios. Now you just chilling at home playing with your wife.
Well, he did say, Coach, like I said, you got to hear what I said. He did say that he been waiting for a fight, and PBC haven't, they ain't hit him up for nothing. He been
Nigga,
waiting
you need
on
to be going out there fucking and screaming something. You just sitting back relaxing. Motherfucker, you know you need to fight. You could have been got in the ring with somebody all of this time. Come on, man. He could have been fought, bro. I ain't listening. He is a liar also. We also know that shit, right? We don't know what fights they done offered him. You know what I'm saying?
They offered him boots.
Yeah, they offered him boots. He could have fought Virgil. He could have fought a bunch of them little dudes, but he don't want to fuck with them because he know that's a bad look.
Virgil Ortiz fights for Golden Boy Promotions. That fight couldn't have happened.
I understand.
Conor Ben offered him, but I mean, he wants a paycheck. Keith Thurman wants a paycheck. That's all he
could have fought Stanley Honest, just like I see Eric Bolden say. He could have fought Stanley Honest and got himself in position for the WBA regular, right?
Yeah,
he could have did that shit.
Did that. He could have did that.
You understand? But you just sitting back like somebody owed your ass something because of your past accomplishments when you fucking held up the welterweight division when you claim you had injuries and all of this shit for 2 years. Then you come back, fight once, stay out another year and a half, 2 years. Then you fight fucking Mario Barrios, and we ain't seen you since.
Exactly.
Right? He don't fucking deserve it, really, to fight Errol Spence, to be honest. Now, if they make it, I'm not gonna be mad at it. But just like everybody else said, I want to know who fault it is why this fight ain't getting made. But I already said what I'm gonna do. So it is what it is, bro. You know, I just don't understand why this shit is taking this long to make this fucking fight. You know, and that's all I got to say on it. Keith Thurman don't really fucking deserve to get a fucking fight because you ain't been proving shit, bro. At least that's one thing you can say. You can say you can't compare him and Lomachenko. You can't. When I saw somebody earlier comparing them, you can't compare them because Lomachenko get in the fucking ring and fight, bro. He don't sit at home just playing with his fucking balls. You understand? If this war didn't happen, he was fighting, bro. He came back after he lost to Teofimo. He fought. We don't even see this fucking guy, man. You know, he won all the smoke. So fuck, man. You can't. It is what it is. But Money say he'll pay for that shit. I might pay for it just to see him get it. I'm not paying for that. Fuck that. I ain't paying for that. I'm not paying for it. Errol Spence or fucking Terence Crawford if this fucking fight don't happen. I don't care who they fight. Bitch could fight Godzilla. I'm not fucking with. I don't give a fuck who fought it is. I done told y'all. That's how I feel about it. That's it. I'm done with that shit, bro. I don't care about no backup fights. I want to see the fucking fight.
I mean, I hear what y'all saying, but at the end of the day, every one of you niggas gonna tune in and watch that fight if they make that fight. Period.
I'll watch it. I never said I ain't gonna watch it. Never
you
said
gonna watch it in the lead up. You gonna be excited to watch it. So you know, I mean,
just want him beat the fuck out of Keith because he act like a bitch. That's
so
all.
I mean, we could say, you know what I'm saying, we could cry and like, of course, we all want the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight, but I'm kind of sick of crying about that shit, bro. Yep. Like real talk, I'm sick of crying about that shit. So I'm kind of now like we need to start looking at the next thing, and if they make Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, everybody that's talking about, oh man, you don't deserve it, I don't want that shit. Fuck Keith Thurman. Y'all gonna watch that shit. Y'all gonna watch it, and y'all gonna pay for it. The ones who pay for fights, and that's the key word, because the ones that stream everything gonna stream it anyway. But the ones who pay for it, they're saying, "Oh man, fuck Keith Thurman." Y'all gonna pay for that shit. Y'all gonna buy it, and you gonna watch it.
I might go.
You ain't gonna have a fucking complaint about it.
Like I said, I might go to it even though I'm complaining about it because it's still a good matchup. I'm just saying it's other matchups that's better, but hell, I still go to it or pay for it. So you know, it ain't no bull crap fight. I mean, it's a great fight. I mean, you got two champions, past champion versus a current champion. I mean,
but they ain't been fighting. He ain't been fighting nobody. He ain't been doing nothing.
Yeah, I know he ain't been fighting nobody. He's still gonna be a Hall of Famer.
He's sitting at home doing nothing,
he's still a Hall of Famer. That's still one big notch on Errol Spence's record right there.
Man,
that's one big
notch on your record, bro.
The thing is, Rip. Hold on, but you keep saying what we know what he hadn't been doing. Now, one thing about Keith Thurman, y'all can say he a liar. To me, he keep it too honest sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He keep it hella honest. Like he said that they called him during the pandemic, and yeah, he turned down some fights. He said that he you know what I'm saying, he should have fought, but he said he turned down some fights. He said ever since this Mario Barrios shit, he's been wanting to fight, but they've been acting like they ain't had nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? And he says the reason that he believes that they, you know, talking about they ain't got nothing for him and all of that is because they want to use him as the backup plan for Errol Spence if Terence Crawford don't turn out. Now, it makes sense that he's saying that because what we heard Steven Espinoza say, They've been talking about trying to get Keith Thurman. And they then told Errol Spence that. And Errol Spence is kind of, he pushing back against that shit. Like, nah, fuck Keith Thurman. I want Terence Crawford. But me personally, if the money right, Errol Spence gonna fight Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? If the money is right and he ain't got nothing else to do, he ain't got no big fight to go, because to me, Fundora is not bigger than the Keith Thurman fight. Fundora don't have the name that Keith Thurman has. We got to stop mixing up competition with the namesake. Yeah, it might be a better competitive fight, a more dangerous fight for Errol Spence than Keith Thurman, but Fundora don't have no bigger name than Keith Thurman. Y'all got to stop.
You what? If they
I
could
say
make
it was
that
a bigger
fucking
name, I
Virgil
said
fight,
the fight will be bigger just because the Mexican.
No, it won't. How would the fight be bigger up echelon if he don't have a bigger name?
I know how a fight will be bigger.
First off, he got a little following, but when it's an undefeated Mexican versus undefeated black, that's gonna bring him out anyway. First off, and plus in Texas, he's Mexican. I'm gonna tell you this: people can say what they want. Mexican versus black brings him out, and then you got an undefeated prospect who just destroyed Lubin. They're gonna want to see that. And
but the fight, that's diehard boxing fans. Casual fans don't know who the fuck a Fundora is.
But we know this, though.
Bro, I can call my sister right now and ask her, does she know Keith Thurman? She gonna say, yeah, I know Keith. If I Fundora, she gonna be like, who? Huh? Bro, this is business. No, they don't know who Fundora is.
Boxing, but she knows Fundora. She said, "Oh, look at this big tall." She knows that. I mean, because he's a freak.
No fan is gonna know who Fundora is unless you're a diehard boxing fan.
This is what you gotta understand, though, Keon. Mexicans
versus Mexicans.
Listen. Mexicans know who fucking Fundora is.
So did Fundora sell out his last fight?
Listen, we ain't talking about did he sell out his last fight, but what I'm telling you is this: in Cowboy Stadium, that bitch will sell out. I promise
all the way.
In Cowboy Stadium,
Fundora and Errol Spence ain't gonna fucking sell out no goddamn Cowboy Stadium. Cut the shit out.
Man, that shit would sell out.
Fundora, man, y'all crazy as hell. Now all of a sudden Fundora's a mega superstar just because he's Mexican and fucking tall.
Never said that.
Y'all gotta stop with this shit.
Okay, who fucking knew Ugas? Who knew Ugas? Let's be honest, Keon.
And Ugas didn't sell out. So what you talking about?
Yeah, 47,000 in that motherfucker. You was right
I was there. The fight did almost 40,000. That's not Cowboy Stadium.
They did 47,000.
No, they did not. I was there. Why you gonna argue with me about some shit that I know?
Nigga, I was there too. You forgot?
They didn't do no 47,000. Stop lying, coach.
They did 39,000 right now. 39,000.
Okay, they did 40,000.
Okay, what I just said. So say you was wrong.
Okay,
say you was wrong.
Okay, I was wrong. I ain't got a problem with that. But besides that, nigga, think about this. Who the fuck else putting 40,000 motherfuckers in the stadiums? Who?
You, coach, let's stop moving the goalposts. You said no, hold on.
I'm saying it.
Hold on. You said your words was that he will sell out Cowboy Stadium if he fought Fundora. I said that's bullshit. Cowboy Stadium hold 100,000 people.
You know what I meant. You know what the fuck.
No, I don't know what you meant. Sell out is sell out.
Nigga, stop that. Stop that. You know what I meant. Stop that.
Cowboy Stadium has 100,000 people. And he ain't gonna put no fucking Fundora in Cowboy Stadium because it's Fundora. He gonna sell out. Fundora does.
The nigga
Fundora does not have a bigger name than Keith Thurman.
He don't have to, bro.
He don't.
He does have to. It still goes by what type of name you have.
Okay. Why do people? Okay, Tank versus Esau Cruz. Who the fuck is that? I'm telling you, bro. It's the Mexican versus black. Why you think everybody tries
that? Doesn't matter. Fundora don't have a big enough name yet.
But
I don't give a fuck if he's red.
Mexicans.
I don't care if Fundora's green. He don't have a big enough name yet.
Bro,
bro.
Messi
To
And
is
say
Kyler
way
that
Murray
he's
good,
said,
gonna
bro.
make a bigger fight that he's gonna sell more than the Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Somebody
He
with
will.
two fighters that got fucking history that people were screaming for years to see them fight. They got real beef
Look,
with each other, and
I'm
you
not.
trying to tell me that
I'm not
Fundora
saying.
and
Hold
Errol
on,
yeah,
Spence
I'm
is
trying
gonna
to
bro.
do
tell you
bigger
that,
Hold on,
bro.
numbers?
hold on. I'm not
Yes,
Come
I'm
on,
telling
saying
you
man.
he's
that
gonna
he.
do
Hold
bigger
on.
numbers.
I'm not
I'm
saying
telling
that
you.
he would do more than Keith Thurman and Errol
I
Spence.
said it's
I'm
a
not
bigger
saying
fight.
that. I'm not saying that. But it's gonna be a big fucking fight if they do it in
A
Dallas.
huge fight.
We are talking about the biggest fight that Errol Spence can get right now, a fighter that's with PBC, and it ain't Fundora. If
No,
it's
this is
not
what the
Fundora.
thing was. When I said they said it ain't nobody for him at 154. And I said, yes, Fundora is a big fight for him at 154. And I said it might do better than Keith Thurman. And it will, bro.
It's
That
not
black
gonna
and
do
brown.
better than Keith
That
Thurman.
okay,
Now,
bro. People gonna
Ortiz, now Virgil
Virgil
Ortiz
Ortiz,
would do better than Keith Thurman in Dallas
yeah.
Cowboy Stadium. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I know
agree with
absolutely,
that.
that. But that
absolutely.
fight can't
Yeah.
be made just because of the simple fact is that they don't do business with Golden Boy.
So you don't think
That's
Oscar fold down for undisputed?
So let me
they're
ask you
not
this,
gonna do
Pete.
no business with Oscar De La Hoya.
They told Errol
Oh,
Spence, if he gotta this fight gotta get made within 2 weeks. Are they gonna strip him? That's what was said.
who's gonna strip him?
So
And like I said, they already have a replacement opponent, and don't be surprised if it's Keith Thurman.
Now I
It's a
said I'll
PBC
buy
fight.
it and go to it.
It's a PBC fight, right? They have a lot of history, and that fight will do big numbers. If Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman, mark my word, that fight will do bigger numbers than any of his fight has done because of the
Even better than
history.
Mikey.
Now
Did they
I
do
don't
better than
know if
Mikey?
it'll do. I don't know if it'll do better than Mikey Garcia, but it might because Errol Spence is a much bigger name now than he was when he fought Mikey Garcia. And then Keith
But
Thurman. People know, hold on, people know Keith Thurman because him and Pacquiao did big numbers. Him and Pacquiao did almost 700,000.
and him and Barrios stomped the shit up. Him
no,
and
they say they're
But
Barrios
gonna
tanked.
strip Errol, Sheena. They said
I'm
they're
talking
gonna
about but
some
him and Barrios.
they say they're gonna
Keith Thurman
strip
by
Errol if
himself
that
couldn't do
fight don't
nothing.
get made in 2 weeks. He gonna have to take a mandatory. I forgot what sanctioning body it was. It was one of his belts. And they was talking about they're gonna strip him or he gotta fight a mandatory if this fight with Bud Crawford don't get made in the next 2 weeks. So we'll see.
so man, I mean, I don't see. Yeah, y'all gotta. I mean, if Errol Spence got a problem with Keith Thurman, right? If my man
I mean,
Errol
it'll
got
be
a
a hell
problem
of
with
a
Keith,
fight.
the best thing to do is to go beat his
Beat it out of him.
ass.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
say that
I ain't
too,
saying I
you know,
wouldn't
but
want to watch it, but I'm just saying, you know, in his mind, he said he don't want to do it. I even sat there and said I would go to the fight because I've been
It's
wanting him to
because
bust Keith
but
Thurman
he
ass
gotta
for years,
he gotta put his ego to the side and get
and
that
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
bag.
But that's what I'm
And,
saying. I was talking about other fights because he's saying he's not about to fight Thurman. So
but
that's
but
why I'm saying
but
bigger
this is
fight.
what
You
I'm
know,
saying. Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. Because Errol Spence, right? He tell you that, hey, shit, I'm about that bag. I'm trying to get that bag. Errol Spence will tell you that. He
but
is
he don't want
not
Keith to
going
get
to
it.
get. He is not going to get. I don't care what y'all say. He's not going to get more money fighting a Fundora than he will Keith Thurman. He gonna get more money fighting Keith Thurman, way more money than he will fighting a Fundora.
But you know what
It's
else
just
though? I just thought about something. Spence Castano fight. You know, that'd be the rematch that Earl, the person that beat Earl. Castano and Spence will do numbers.
But
Plus the dude that beat him.
that's not, bro. That's not gonna do no. It'll do cool, all right numbers, but that fight is not gonna do big numbers like that. It's not gonna do bigger than Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Brian Castano
I
is
guess I'm
not
thinking
gonna
from the
bring in.
diehorse.
Brian Castano is not going to bring in viewership like Keith Thurman will. First of all, he don't speak English. He can't sell a motherfucking fight. Keith Thurman is gonna get your attention.
Oh
Keith
yeah, he gonna
Thurman is
talk
going.
shit.
He's going to
He gonna
talk a
talk
lot
shit.
of shit. He's going to sell the fight. He's going to get under Errol Spence's skin. You probably going to see a different side to Errol Spence than you ever seen in the build up to a fight. And that shit going to be fire. Now, is it the fight that I want to see over Terence Crawford? No. But if we don't get Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, yeah, Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, to me, that's the next big fight. Because if you're not fighting Jerron Boots Ennis, it got to be Keith Thurman.
I agree with you, Levanian. If EJ fights Thurman, they're gonna be calling him a liar and saying he ducking Bud and all of this shit.
Or they're gonna say
and Ricky Williams. And Ricky Williams, if you're gonna say, well, you ain't gonna eat off me, fuck all that. You should have said the same thing to Sean Porter. And well, Sean Porter had a belt. So I understand the Sean Porter, right? Because that was a unification bout. Was it? Yeah, that was unification bout, right? Sean Porter had a belt, so he had something to gain off of Sean Porter. Well, but if you're gonna say that, Ricky, right? If you're gonna say that, if you are speaking for Errol Spence, right, and you acting like Errol Spence, and you like, okay, well, you ain't finna eat off me because you ducked me. Well, you gotta say the same motherfucking thing for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia had nothing to offer Errol Spence but a fucking name, and Danny Garcia ducked Errol Spence just as much as Keith Thurman did, or even worse.
But they made that's a fact. Though. They made Danny as mandatory.
Nah. Errol Spence got enough pull to where a mandatory for beating who? Hold on, a mandatory who he beat to be a fucking mandatory?
They made him a mandatory.
He walked in the ring. No, he walked in the ring. That's how he got the fight. He walked in the ring and called out.
Who did Danny Garcia beat to be a mandatory?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I know what you're saying, but right. But Errol Spence, he voluntarily said that he wanted to fight Danny Garcia.
Black versus Spanish, you know.
He voluntarily said that he wanted to fight Danny Garcia. Forget all that mandatory shit, because like I said, that shit can disappear as fast as they brought it up.
Yeah.
He voluntarily said that shit. If he had went behind the scenes and told Al Heyman, like, I don't want to fight no motherfucking Danny Garcia. I'm not fighting him because shit, y'all seen what he was doing. He didn't want to. Trust me, he wouldn't have had to fight him. He voluntarily wanted to fight Danny Garcia, you know, because that was one of the opponents that he had on his hit list since we can remember. But so if you want to say that about Keith Thurman, you got to give Danny Garcia the same motherfucking energy.
But Danny didn't do him like Keith did. You know, Keith was little man in him though. You know, Keith was
Danny did him worse than Keith did. I got all of the receipts upper echelon. Danny did him worse than Keith Thurman did.
He got the belt from Danny, but you know, it seemed like him and Danny is cool outside of it, because I always see them together too though. Until he started hollering this daggone other stuff about the mental health. And he said that he wasn't even 140% when he fought Earl, starting to lie. Now that cap might mess it up, but they seem like they're friends. I always see them at the fights together. But you know, he was needing a tune up, and I felt like Danny would be a good name. You know, they broke the box office record that year. They outdid Canelo. You know.
Yeah, because like, see, my thing is that Keith Thurman, he told everybody straight up. I don't know what the problem is. Keith Thurman told everybody straight up, like, hey, I'm not fighting him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a get back year. You know, I got to get right. And I think that Errol Spence is the next best welterweight besides myself. So I got to give him that respect. So I need to get right. I'm not going to fight him. I'll fight him. I will fight him, but it's going to be, you know, 2019, 2020-ish. Right? That's what he said. Danny Garcia, on the other hand, never gave him no respect. He said, "Oh, I don't see what everybody think. He ain't nothing special about him. Ain't nothing special about him. You know, I don't see why everybody want to. If you want me to fight him so bad, y'all pay me $10 million, or y'all get in there and fight him. He just a straight up and down fighter. He don't do nothing special. He ain't that good to me. Danny Garcia was knocking him every chance he got, but refused to beat him.
Wanted his ass in the ring, and that's why Earl wanted to get his ass in the ring.
But you cannot say, well, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no payday off of me, but then not do it to the next. All I'm saying, you got to keep the same energy for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
But see, the thing with Errol Spence, it's not even
about Keith, boy. That nigga don't like Keith.
The thing with Errol Spence, he just don't like Keith Thurman. It's not even about that. right? Because we seeing that all of them dudes ducked him and he still fought. He just don't like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman just rubbed him the wrong way. That's what that is.
It's his demeanor and his cockiness, and then especially when he said there and said, "I was the truth. I was
it ain't
Swift.
that. He just
I
gonna
was
talk
all
about
this."
how corny
Like,
that nigga is.
yeah,
he just think that he just corny and shit.
He be saying like the other day, I school y'all like I did Barrios. Like, bro, you actually bragging on that fight that you got hurt with Tank knocked this man out? Like, come on, bro, you bragging on stuff that ain't even bragged about.
Again, nigga.
Yeah, come on, man. Tank was 10 pounds less than that man jumped up, knocked him out. That's why Leonard Ellaby said he think Tank would take him. And honestly, I think him and Tank would be a beautiful fight. And I think Tank would stop that man. I think Tank would stop him.
Nah,
I don't rock with Keith Thurman. I'm not a Keith Thurman fan. But anybody know me, I just keep it, 100.
No, he not gonna.
Manny Pacquiao and Tank the same height. Pacquiao was able to do it. I think Tank a little bit more athletic. I think Tank can stop Keith Thurman.
That's a different style too.
But like I said, I think Tank can stop him. Tank got that quick muscle.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. Tank Davis ain't stopping no motherfucking Keith Thurman.
But yeah, Tank like disappointed me though. But
like Tank Davis we shouldn't even be having this conversation about Tank and Keith Thurman. I thought that shit was silly when they brought it up, and Tank pretty much thought it was silly when they brought it up too, because he laughed and he was like, "God damn, like these motherfuckers think I could beat Godzilla and shit."
They think I'm Superman. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "God damn, they think I'm Superman and shit." Tank didn't even take that shit serious. So
yeah, I know, but I was just looking at the dimensions of Pacquiao and Tank and everything. But Tank ain't even.
Yeah, I'm not. I ain't. Tank Davis is not a 147-pound fighter. They got weight classes for a reason. So
I know.
Yeah, so I ain't.
I mean, I watched Roberto Duran go from 135 to 147, skipping 140.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to get out of here, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna wrap it up, man.
Oh yeah, me too, bro.
But yeah, man, we had another great show today. Y'all hit that like button. Like I said, it's almost 300 people in the building. Hit the like button. Smash on the like button before we get up out of here. Tomorrow I'm excited. Tomorrow we got I think we got G5. We over on Knockout Boxing 86. We got G5 Gabe against Black and Brown Boxing. And then on Thursday we got my man Riptide Coach. Coach is going against Dwayne Freeman. Yes, sir.
You saw the video? You saw my short?
I'm finna go watch it right now, Coach. I was busy because I got home and I was out all morning, all day, and I got home and then I had to come straight and set up the live, so I haven't got the chance to watch it yet. But I'm gonna watch it right now.
Yeah, call me after you look at it.
All right, and upper echelon, man. Tell everybody what you got going on, and Coach, stay real quick so you can tell everybody what you got going on. Upper echelon.
Y'all know next week that NCAA kickoff.
Yeah.
Subscribe, y'all better get in there because I'm gonna open up that sports book, give y'all them picks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
you already know I'm right there.
Y'all go ahead and get the likes up, man.
Subscribe
these likes should be a whole lot better. And y'all subscribe to Glove Up, and y'all go ahead and give Key on these likes, man. He got us up here, giving content for y'all. At least y'all can do is like it. You know what I'm saying? We got other stuff we could be doing, but we trying to give y'all something to do for the daytime. Giving y'all 2.5 hours just about of content. And it's all facts. You can go look them all up. But that's it.
Yes, sir.
I want to shout everybody else out. And salute to the chat. Salute to everybody up here. I'm out.
And let me read my man Jermaine Bean. I had it posted on the screen, but in the super chat, I appreciate you coming through. He says other sports is governed, regulated. That's why Congress gets involved in PEDs, baseball, and CTE and football. He says government has to get involved. And my bad, Jermaine, I couldn't read it because we was all up here running off goddamn mouth and shit. But yeah, that's why I had to post it. Hey, Omega, I had to get on your motherfucking head because you always be talking shit in the chat like I don't see you. And salute to my dude Omega, Big Country Red. Yeah. Coach, man, let him know what you got going on, Coach.
Man, y'all come come to Glove Up Boxing and more, man, and subscribe to the channel, bro. And of course, I'm gonna be debating Dwayne Freeman and with Regis. I got Regis and he got Gary Antoine. So y'all come out Thursday on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Y'all come on Friday nights at 8:00. Come check out Coach and the Queen. We talk about this. Just a time when we don't talk about boxing as much, just a little bit. We talk about other stuff. So man, y'all come and check me out. And man, y'all go and subscribe to my channel, man. It's starting to move along pretty good. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, always a pleasure, my brother. Of course, you know, we always knock it out the park.
Yes, sir. And y'all make sure that y'all go sub to Glove Up Boxing and more. Y'all missing them shows on Friday. If you missing it, them shits be fired. And it don't be about boxing. It, it's very, very educational. Very educational. But yeah. Hey, Omega read the damn fool, man. But y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all already know what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all. We out.